out of sight. Talking about my life, government stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. I'm up to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey y'all, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel. I can talk today, and I don't sound like Minnie Mouse, and I don't sound like I have emphysema. I feel like crap, but I feel better than I did the other day. Thanks for putting up with my crap for the week. It's been a hell of a week. Everybody else feels great, and I still feel like crap. Coming to the channel for the first time ever, Bad Duck. And you broke your glasses.
Yeah, I broke my glasses.
Well, that sucks. I hope you have a backup pair somewhere.
Whoa. I'm dealing with the.
Oh no, it's never good when you break glasses. Like Hey
Background
John,
noise.
it's good to see you here. Take your time, no rush. We'll be here. And then Cynthia, if Cynthia's here.
Hello, Bad Duck.
It's like meet the mods or the people who are in like everybody's chat. Let's give you all a chance to say hi.
I'm waving at you too.
So the point of this whole stream is my community was hit really not as hard as Florida, but my community was hit pretty damn hard by Hurricane Debby. It was a tropical storm when it came through here, but that doesn't mean that it didn't still do damage. In my neighborhood, we had power lines down, trees uprooted. No houses were damaged that I saw, but like the county that I used to live in and that I'm moving back to when we move from here was devastated. Like flooding, like my old apartment, my old condo, if I didn't live here and I still lived there, I'd be having to replace everything because it was water in the houses. The cars were all underwater. Like it was awful. And like, so in doing some research and finding some things, like people are having to replace everything from clothes to washers and dryers, refrigerators, all their food is gone. So I reached out to, one charity is Feeding the Boro. It's a local food bank that only provides service to that county and surrounding counties. So it's a local Georgia food bank. And then a church, Brooklet First Baptist Church, they were keeping their doors open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to let people get out of the heat, giving people meals, helping people, and that giving people meals, not only those who were affected, but those who were helping to clean up. And I don't know if y'all have been to the grocery store lately, but food ain't cheap. So all of that costs money. So since we made it through relatively unscathed, we lost power and we had to do some cleanup work with some water from opening the windows when it was pouring down rain because we had no air conditioning. Other than that, we didn't lose anything. We had no damage. And I figured when I got lucky and I could have easily lost, that could have been the tree that fell on my house or fell on the power lines outside my house. So I figured, why not give back? I don't have a large platform. We are up to 450 subscribers. But I
Hey, we're getting
figured, what the hell? I would give my best effort to try to give back. So every dollar that is made tonight goes straight to one of those two charities. I think I'm going to split it up 50-50. So if you want to donate, not required, but it would be greatly appreciated. These are my Venmo, and I didn't set up a give, send, go, because when I did it the last time, not only did it take a few days to get the money, but they also took, a percentage of it for using their site. This goes all directly to me, and I just write a check, and I just give all of the money to them, no paying extra fees or anything like that. So it's all me. Yeah, food isn't cheap. Pimping ain't easy. Oh yeah, or a tree fall in your car while you're driving. That happened here too. Someone was driving and a tree fell on their car, crushed their car.
I'll buy a lottery ticket.
Out. So they did live, but so they did live, but they're in critical condition, and I think they're still in the hospital. No worries, Jingleberry. You being here and sharing the stream would be greatly helped. And and Bad Duck is a real person.
I am not.
We established that he's not just a troll.
I have my human costume on right now.
And I've invited a few other people. Some people can come, some people can't. Some people can only stay for 5 minutes, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. Flux was going to be here, and then I don't know if any of y'all were watching Flux's stream earlier, but it only lasted a few minutes. Something happened to her computer.
Oh no.
And she texts me and she's like, I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
Oh, is that
So
the
we
new
might
one
have
with the
to
light?
might have to postpone, like me hanging out. I'm like, yeah, Jingleberry, the 6-minute stream. Something happened with her computer when she was trying to do a game stream earlier, and they don't know what happened to it. Like, nothing is making sense. And it's like, what should cause an issue doesn't, and what.
She has one of those built from scratch computers.
Yeah, she I don't know exactly what's wrong with her. What's wrong with it. I haven't talked to her in an hour or two. So she might be here, she might not, but if not, you know why the stream was only 6 minutes. Her last stream was only 6 minutes. So I'm checking my phone because I just got a notification. I'm like, on my phone here. So far, we have $50 from Ung Hung Hero,
Nice.
$25 from Roy, and $30 from my dad. So we're doing pretty good already, and we didn't even start this thing. We're not as good as like Dave, Neil, and Megan raising like $3,000 in 10 minutes, but wouldn't that be nice?
Right.
Like that would be awesome, but I don't have that kind of pull. Like,
yes, you do.
Well,
And if anybody's got X or whatever where they can share the link to the stream, please
and Roy,
go do so now. Yes.
And Roy with another $25. So Roy's up to $50. So we're up to $130, and we've only been streaming for 10 minutes. Like, I didn't have a goal of what I was trying to reach. It was kind of like whatever we did, we did. Whatever we did is more than they had yesterday. So, but we are up to 450 subscribers. And that's even with the rage quitters. The people I got that are like, shut up, you talk too much, or,
Doing better than me. I've got 11, I think, maybe 12. I'm doing great.
Somehow, before I even started a channel, I had like 3.
Nice.
And I'm like, I think I subscribed to you, actually.
Yeah,
I
I
think I'm
think
one
you
of your
are.
subscribers.
I've got 6 and I have no content.
Yeah, I had like
Rosalind!
I
I
had like
gladly
10.
give them to you.
Like, and Rosalind snuck out. How are those country club people treating you? She's at an event tonight, so she won't be able to be here, but she's here in spirit. So I did have something super interesting. 2 people actually sent me videos yesterday from this creator, and I'm in the process of writing an email to this creator. I was starting it earlier, but then like I got sidetracked with, being a mom and stuff. But so our favorite Samsonite Sarah, she has a little bit of a history on the internet. I'm gonna show y'all a little clip that somebody sent to me and that I discovered. Oh, come on. There's more than one, so I gotta look at did you oh, and it didn't download. No. So I have to go to this person's channel. This is Criminal Intent X Katrina Marie. I've never heard of her before, but she has content that she's got almost 4,000 subscribers, but she's got 1,400 videos.
Wow.
And one
Wow,
of the
that's a lot.
videos that she came up or that she posted and that was sent to me was, let me see if I can share this. If it'll work, cross your fingers that it works. So if anybody remembers the 90s and Nickelodeon,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is our favorite Sarah Boone.
Hey, Sarah, we're going to have to take the 50 points away. You're down.
So I got to go to the first one. This is her. So this is Katrina Marie, and I'm in the process of writing to her. But I like half typed out an email. I just hadn't got to it, got to send it yet. Because she has
Let's
content
greet the
and I wanna
video
talk to
jocks
her.
on today's show, starting off with the red team. John and Sarah, say hey!
No way.
Now let's see. John, understand you collect baseball cards. Now, how many do you have in your collection?
I don't know, about 200.
About 200. And how long did it take you to accumulate a collection that size?
So if anybody isn't familiar, Nickelodeon in the 90s had a bunch of teen game shows. Legends Arcade, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, Double Dare, stuff like this. And this was arcade.
About 3 years.
About 3 years. Wow, that's an awesome collection. So your partner there, Sarah, likes to hang out at the mall. Now, what do you do while you're just
A whole 200 cards.
Does anybody know how
the
old
dudes
you
to
can-
spend the cash? Your cash or like parents' cash?
Mine.
Hey,
Zebra.
At first it doesn't, you look at her and it's like, yeah, that could be her. And then you hear her talk and you see her her head tilt and like, oh, that's Sarah Boone, 100%.
Well, that's definitely her.
Yeah, it's definitely her. But like at first, when you see somebody as a teenager, you're like, oh, they look, sweet, innocent, like they don't look like they do now. Like, and then you see that head tilt and that smile with that like those teeth, and it's like, oh, that's that evil smile back then. Like, oh, like, but she's really smart.
Zebra, zip code, and zipper.
let's take a look. Well, that's it. Yeah. Those are, name the type of orange that sounds like a belly button. Yes, red team.
Navel orange.
Navel it is. Yeah, there you are.
She answers questions and she's like super smart. So like, I mean, for a teenager, but like that was, yeah, she's yeah, this girl has a whole bunch of like Sarah Boone, and I had never seen this person's channel before yesterday. So I'm gonna post her link in the chat. Go give her a subscribe because she has lots of videos that might be of interest to anybody following Sarah Boone, the YSL or the Young Thug trial. Yeah. It's like, yeah, she's I mean, Like,
Hey, I'm here with Sarah and John, and they're psyched to go through that door into the video zone to battle Scortia. Now, you have 1 minute to get through all 3 levels. After the first 2, with the time left, you will go and battle Scortia in the wizard level. Now, for each level you get past, you will get a great prize. For
it's
each item you
weird
pick up,
seeing her
you will
like
get
this.
$50. Here is your challenge. All right, into the zone there.
oh,
Dressed up
like
for the
I can't
future.
even. Like, it's weird.
Now I remember why I don't like the 90s.
The fashion.
Oh my Lord, it was so weird.
I was too busy working, kind of passed me by.
Yeah. I'm a child of the 80s, or a teenager of the 80s, I should say.
I'm
So,
a 80s baby. I'm a 90s kid. So I was
yeah,
born in 85. So I split the 80s right down the middle.
Nate had those 90s hit and everything just kind of went straight to heck real quick.
And we have Roslyn with the $35.
Yay,
Oh,
Rosalind.
I appreciate you guys so much. I'm just writing these down that because they're on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, I want to keep them straight. So I make sure that I have everybody's stuff accounted for. So, yeah. Venmo is the easiest for me. It's the one I use the most. But yeah, John, you're older than me by like, what, a week? Like, I think we established that he's older than me by like not that long. Maybe a week or 2. So $50
I'm only 3.5.
mentally.
I'm counting
Yes.
backwards.
Yeah.
It's like when I get to 40, I'm gonna start going backwards. Is that how that works? Like
Yep.
I'll be
You reach a certain
39 next
age,
month.
You just went screw it and just start counting backwards.
Really, you just stop counting and avoiding all birthdays.
I tried that, but Mother Nature's reminding me.
Yeah.
So
You and me both.
Well, I used to be like when someone would ask, you'd ask someone how old they are, and they had to think about it. I was like, how do you have to think about it? And now I'm like, holy crap, I had to think about it. Like, am I 37? Am I 38? Am I 30? The only reason I can remember is because I was born in 85, so the math is easy. But that's
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you get up in the late 30s and you've had one kid, your brain kind of is already starting to shut down.
I
and
had
then
brain
you-
surgery too. So like,
Yeah. Then if you have a second kid, you're done. Your brain's done.
yeah, I wanted a second kid, but Mr. Squid said no. So, it,
Smart man.
well, it was
Maybe.
one of those things like it was one of those like we can provide as anything we want for 1. 2
Right.
will be kind of like pushing it, and I'm like, well, I can't argue with that.
No.
Like, I would like a second one because all of my friends are having a second one. My friend in Virginia, who's my age, she's a year older than me, is pregnant with her second. We were pregnant at the same time. One of my friends from here is pregnant with her second child, and we
Wow.
were pregnant at the same time. And I'm like, I'm so jealous.
My first one he's 19 now, and I really lucked out with him. I mean, he's got the whole work ethic down and everything, and essentially I'm a little me. My 12-year-old is a whole different person and a whole different beast, and I struggle now because I'm like, what the heck, How do I raise this kid?
I heard the second kids are always the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
My cousin is like that too. Her first kid, he was easy, like nothing health wise was wrong with him, like perfect, like attitude, like sweet kid, like everything. Her daughter,
Right.
don't get me wrong, I love her dearly.
I
Like
love you. I love you.
she's sweet now, but like if she was their first kid, they would have only had one. And I'm
Yeah.
like, she had health problems from the get-go. All of her health problems were like just of the way she was born. So, like, if you FYI to those who are not parents, if you don't push enough, you don't get the fluid out of ears, lungs, things like that. So she had fluid in her lungs.
Oh,
And
Wow.
like baby Squid, she failed her newborn hearing test because she was a C-section baby and she still had fluid on her ears. So
Wow.
like, how did you do that? How did that happen?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I just wonder if Mr. Squid and I would have got this show on the road a little sooner. What if we would have more than one? Because we've known each other since 2005, but like baby Squid wasn't born until 2022. So like,
Yeah. No,
you know,
I started late too, and it was like the first one was like, oh wow, awesome, and the second one was like, oh God, surprise. You know.
God decided I was going to raise everybody else's children.
sorry,
There you go.
I keep looking behind me. We have the Mo should be coming if she's feeling up to it, but she was saying that she's not a sports ball person. Currently on my TV in my living room is the Georgia South Carolina game from last year. So like sports ball is everything, but Mr. Squid took the little one out on a golf cart ride, and they haven't come back yet, and it's dark. So I'm like, okay. Not that I'm worried, but
They're fine.
So coming to the show is another one of my favorite people who I am so grateful for. Jess.
Hey, Al.
Hey,
Hey.
Jess.
Hey, Jess.
This I'm not trying to give away my sources, but this is one of my sources. She is amazing at finding things that I
Awesome.
can't seem to figure out how to do. And that I look
Some
at
of
and
the
I'm like,
states do it different.
you send me stuff and I'm like, I looked for that for like 2 days. And it was like 20 minutes later, you were a genius. Like
It comes with the
FlashFan's not
territory.
here, but FlashFan gives me all the ideas for the cases. He sends me emails and Jess searches and like investigates. And I'm like, well,
Your team is coming together.
well,
Right.
I mean, I don't know how I got this lucky to have people that help me this much because I can't do this all on my own. I am like, no, this is not like I am
No, it's a
challenged.
lot.
And I'm like, yep, this person helps me here. This person helps me here. My Rosalind is my my not decorator, but graphic designer. Like she made
Yeah.
my logo. Like for all of those who like my logo, I had absolutely nothing to do with that. That is Rosalind all the way. The reason I can make thumbnails is because Rosalind taught me how. Like,
What's the next thing on my list?
Mhm.
well, Jingleberry, that was the only thing that came to my mind. Like it
It
designer,
works.
decorator. Like I was thinking interior designer, and it was like, no, it's graphic designer. Like,
Yeah.
the little is back. They're back. I was getting worried about y'all. It was dark. Oh, yeah. It made perfect sense to you, Jingleberry. It made perfect sense to me too, because I was like, the brain fog is real sometimes. I'm like, I know the word, I just can't think of it. Oh. Jess,
Yeah.
did you saw the videos of Sarah Boone on Arcade, right?
Yeah, I saw them as I was getting my stuff up.
Oh, I also have the body cam
Did I
footage.
Did I send you
Um,
her high school pictures?
Huh?
Did I send you her high school pictures?
I don't know. You might have. Let me check my.
I know I sent them to Baker.
You might have. I don't know.
Be interesting to know if she posed, or are we going to see how she just showed up?
No, but
I got
you
it.
did
We're
send
good.
me a
You got
bunch
them
of
you
new
should have them in a
docs.
second.
New document from Sarah Boone. And also, remember, for those of you who weren't here, I was talking about a case from Arizona where a dad left his 2-year-old in the hot car.
Oh yeah.
I have the
Oh.
body
He's the one that
cam
went to
footage
play-
from his arrest.
He went to play video games, right, or something like that.
Yeah. he left her running in the car running with her in it because she was sleeping. And I'm sorry if this little one is sleeping.
wake 'em up.
Waking. I'm waking her up.
Yeah.
I would rather have an unhappy kid than an unalived kid.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh,
That would be my husband. He's apparently deciding to watch this one.
Little squid.
oh, yeah.
Hey, baby girl.
Say hi. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let me
Look at that smile.
open these in a new tab so that I don't like dox your Discord. But dang. Hey,
From what I can tell, one is her senior year, the colored one. The second one in black and white is like her sophomore.
So we'll do whatever one I can comes up first. This one, 11:37. That one. We'll do this one
What
first.
year did she graduate?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
I don't remember,
I know
but
I
she was
have it.
born in 1977, so I would
And
think
that's how I
like
kind of tracked it down.
late 90s.
That, and I found her mom's obituary too. Which is how I found her maiden name.
Ooh. Like,
That's
She's pretty.
Yeah,
definitely
that's her
her.
sophomore year. Yeah.
yeah, and then there's this one. Share the 7th. And I'm slowly getting a little bit better at switching tabs, but I'm like, I have so many tabs open right now that I'm like a little lost. Oh, thank you for clearing all my notifications.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think back when pictures like this were being done, if you look at it, that's either been airbrushed or altered.
Yeah, I mean, this was.
Here-
I looked at it again because I have the other ones that I didn't. That I
Airbrushing
have
was
the about
really big
date, and
back then.
said it was around 96.
Yeah, airbrushing.
So I'm gonna see if I can find the picture, but you want to see bad pictures like back in the 90s? I will show you a bad picture from the 90s if I can. Like, if I can totally find it. Oh, come on. How come we can always find stuff until you're actually looking and then you can't find nothing?
Murphy's
Ugh.
Law.
Hold on one second. I have to cough. Oh. Yeah,
Got
this
that monkeypox.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh,
Yes, Katie Buck. This is Sarah Boone. This is her senior picture.
Yep.
Wow.
baby. Hold on. I have to go get her something. I will be back in a hot minute.
Cool.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's amazing what you can find on the internet. It's just so
Yes,
cute.
it is.
Yeah, that's definitely been airbrushed.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that
like,
was-
okay, they both look like her, but I'm like, I have not seen this woman smile, so I'm like iffy on it. But I was like, no, that's definitely her. Everything matches: the years, the location, the last name. But yeah, that's definitely airbrushed.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Everything in the 80s and 90s was touched up for senior pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they also usually bring in something you can put on so you get these V-necks or the shoulders out, you know, to try to put
Yeah.
on best foot forward. I just kind of decided I wasn't going to do it at all. My high school annual does not have a picture of me. I'm on the wanted list in the back.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm back. Some water, got her something. So otherwise, it's my phone that she steals, and I kind of need that. So,
Does help to have that.
I'm like, I look at these and I'm like, she looks so like such a nice person.
Right.
And then you hear her talk. and it all goes out the window.
There's some
Like-
rumor that after she had her son that she kind of went off the deep end, but I don't know how true that is.
Well, it was you that found the article about the CPS case that.
Yeah, but he was, I think, like 3 or 4 by then. So, like,
Well,
I would think.
the article. So she had a CPS case because her son was in a suitcase, zipped in a suitcase.
Yeah.
But apparently he asked for it, and they dropped it because it was consensual. I don't know how a small child can consent to being zipped into a suitcase. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah,
Especially that small, because, like, they're suggestible at that age.
yeah.
Like, I remember when my nephew was that little, like, if one of my brothers told him to do something stupid, he would go and do it. Like, so, I mean,
Like, yeah, I just don't.
consent-
Yeah, it's like you can't, like a toddler, like cannot consent to being locked because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know
No.
what consequences come from, locking yourself in something.
They're just obeying.
It's your job as
Well,
the
and that's why-
mother to say no.
There's warnings on, like, all of the plastic. Keep away from small children. Like, keep the
Yeah.
plastic bags away from children. Like, so, because they don't understand that they're going to not be able to breathe.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we no longer use baby squid's like baby bathtub. It's in her closet, but she pulls it out constantly, and she sits in it in her room and just lays there. I'm like, so if she had like a toy box to climb into that she could actually climb into, I'm sure she would.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's not like
What? I
Kids
climbed
love
into
small
toolbox or
spaces.
into. Oh, sorry, go Cynthia.
No, I'm
Didn't mean to-
sorry. You go ahead.
I was gonna say I climbed into toy boxes and closed lids, and I didn't turn out too bad.
well, you did it probably without your parents knowing, whereas Sarah Boone actually zipped her son
Yeah.
into a suitcase.
Yeah,
Like,
because
Kids
if
will
they would have
hide
known, they
places.
would have like put the lock on it and kept me
Yeah,
in there.
kids
so,
will
yeah.
be kids and get into things, but it's
Yeah.
if you as the parent is saying like, I don't think that yeah, like I don't think that's a good
Let's not
idea.
let you step
How
in a
about we don't
bag.
do that?
Yeah.
But
I mean, they
she
have
did
these.
not.
I'm sorry. They have these tents, for kids. It's like they love small spaces of their
Oh,
own,
yeah.
Yeah,
and I think it just comes natural.
my sister-in-law got her a princess tent for her birthday, and she loves it. It's in her room, and she hides in it, and like she has all. That's where we put all the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Like she runs in there, and when I have the door open, she's like pulling on it, like, how do you close this? Because she likes her space.
I mean, I
Like-
still like small spaces.
Just
Just
don't
remember-
get in a suitcase.
Have yourself, bad duck.
Just remember, this is a duck hunting house.
Hey, total innocence there. You guys are all bad.
This is a duck hunting house. If I this
You know
two
that
monitor
laughing
thing-
duck? That would be me outside your window.
Huh?
The laughing duck and duck hunter, that would be me outside your window.
This is see if I can present share screen window. This one. There we go.
Look at you, a duck.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the heart. Oh.
Yeah. He was tasty too.
Well, at
Yeah,
least you
you
went
all
down in
did is-
flames.
You all can stay where you are. I live on a golf course, and these things are running around with the geese and a few other aquatics. They're in my yard every day. I've got 4 nests in my backyard right
That's
now.
awesome.
So we have another guest coming to the stage, the infamous or famous, whatever you choose to call him, MLS.
I prefer
Hey,
infamous.
David.
Infamous.
Infamous?
Yeah,
Infamous.
definitely
Yeah.
infamous. Yeah.
Infamous
do
is
it.
better.
Afternoon.
Like,
How much money have we raised?
we are up to $165.
165. You guys
Yep.
have been streaming for 36 minutes. It should be double that.
I know.
I
Come
agree.
on, everybody, open your pockets. That I would say it's breadstick money, but it literally is breadstick money for people who don't have food right now.
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
like it's
Well,
not
that's good.
breadstick money for me because I'm not keeping it. That's the best thing about this is you're not helping me. You're helping other people. Like,
Right.
I know Australia won't let you because we all know Australia is weird and Cash
They
App
don't
and
let you what?
Venmos are weird. Like, I didn't set up a Give Send Go because the fact that Give Send Go takes a portion of it, and like it takes
Yeah.
time to get the money. It took me a week to get the money the last time, and I'm like, the quicker this money gets out to the people who need it, the better off we are.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you can help, great. But if you can't, the one thing you can do is share this stream.
Yeah.
Yes. Please
'Cause
go
please
share it.
put it
and
out to
Put it on
everybody.
Twitter and everything else.
And I know I have a super small channel, like smaller than most, but like I have great people, and at least I know that all the people that are here, and I say it every time, are here because they actually want to be here, and not because someone told them to go subscribe. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I would love to get that influx of like 1,000 subscribers in a day, but I also know that the vast majority of those will unsubscribe in a week because
Right.
it's not for
Yeah.
them. So I'm like, at least I know everybody that's here is actually here. I just can't.
It's
like,
not about the subscribers, it's about the viewers. Giving
Yeah.
quality entertainment for them.
And I try to expand my horizons and see what works and what doesn't. And I have some people who inspired some different streams. Like my Thursday nights are usually a politics stream, but it's not a politics stream from the this is what I think, this is what you should think. It's here's two different articles on the same topic. Look at how they're written.
I've seen one of those streams of yours like that.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
It was like, look at how the same article is written, and it's in two different, like, look at the
We call that
headlines.
yellow journalism. Why did that term go away?
I don't know. I think that's
Is that, I
before
mean,
my
I guess
time.
because there's no alternative, right? It's all just now
Yeah.
the same. So yellow journalism used to be something distinctive, and now it's all the same. So
I saw a meme today from I being a libertarian on Instagram, and it had like the headlines from CBS about how they're skewed and just who they're leaning for. It was like, I have to look it up, but I'm still investigating whether this is actually like true, or like these headlines were actually real headlines, or this was someone just putting together some stuff. And I haven't figured it out yet. So before I like said, yeah, this is real, I wanted to investigate it. But it's like, this is how the media spins. It's one of the headlines was Vance wants to raise the child tax credit to $5,000. Here's why that could be difficult. And a day later, or sometime later, Harris proposes $6,000 tax credit for new parents, other middle class tax breaks. Like, it's no big deal. Like,
Yeah.
why is it's the how they skew it?
there was a great video that I read. I read a video that I watched the other day, and it was about when journalism became essentially partisan. And it was, everyone always says, I remember back in the day when journalism and news reporters would just report on the facts. And
Oh,
And freeze up.
he froze.
That Harris one is real.
I hate that.
The
Okay.
Harris one is
There
real.
he goes.
Yeah.
The question
I haven't
was,
even like looked it up yet. So like, are you back?
yeah, I'm back. I'm
Okay.
back. So I don't know why I did that. I'm
It
opening
happens.
too many windows is what it is, I think, right now. But anyways, so the question was there a time when journalism just gave the facts and didn't put any sort of spin or anything like that. And it did have a history of just presenting the facts, Walter Cronkite and all that. And they had a sort of a mindset, I guess a ethical code that they were just going to present the facts, and that's what they did until cable news. Really, that's what destroyed it, cable news. So I just thought that was an interesting. If I could try to find the video, I'll send it to you. I just thought it was interesting hearing about sort of the de-evolution of media.
And adding to that point, I think they had been biased for a long time, but nobody knew until things like YouTube came along and everybody can present facts, and they're not only limited to the media. Everybody can be a journalist, and now you can't hide their bias because you have people who present the other side, who just present facts.
Yeah.
And like, I have my opinions, but in that politics stream, I'm just trying to present the facts and be like, same article, here's like, or, same topic, here's how they spin it. Just look at what they tell you and then look at what they don't tell you.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. It's like what they
Both
leave out
articles
is
are
more
real
important than
by
what they say.
NBC.
Hey, we have 2 more people. And this is going to be my largest like panel ever. So if I look a little lost, bear with me. But we have John,
Hey,
the
John.
Mod
Hey, John.
King,
How's it going?
and everybody's favorite IT goatee Brad.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Brad.
Brad.
Hello.
Hey,
How's
Nice
it going?
to see you guys.
We're starting to look like the Hollywood squares here.
Kinda.
Oh, I'm
It
center
is.
square. That's the best spot.
And I got another $25 from Unhung Hero.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's amazing. Roy's amazing.
I'm trying to mess with my camera a little bit, so don't mind me.
And John with the Cash App, I think. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody and know that none of this is in my pocket. All of this is going straight to those people who need it, because a lot of the things got ruined, and it's like it's just back. There's a lot of dirt roads around here. Those got washed out, and people not only got the water in their cars, but okay, now you have a car, but what about the stuff that was in your car? If you had,
Yeah.
clothes in your trunk or groceries in your trunk, or it's everybody doesn't really think of the little stuff. And this happened to a couple people that I know in a different area of the country, but they lost power. They lost all their food. That's $300 to $400 just replacing, because you don't think of it as weekly groceries, but you have ketchup, mustard, condiments that you don't buy every week, but are still expensive to buy.
Can be.
Oh, an IT
Oh, it is.
goatee
Especially when you move.
with the $75 and Jess with the 20. Thank you guys so much. And because I'm on different platforms, I'm trying to add this up in my head. So we are up to 75, 125, 155, 185, 190, 210, 285.
All right.
Hey.
I
In
am.
there.
That is more than I thought we were gonna get. So I am that'll provide some meals, and also the church that I'm donating it to was giving meals out to people, so they reached out of their own pockets to give, so it can kind of repay what they were doing. So I'm so grateful. I don't know how to express my gratitude, people. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Ah,
I'm about to ask a dumb question. What's FEMA? What's the government done? And who's
they're
going
gonna
to clean
take
up the
3
mess?
months.
Don't rely on the
Is
Yes,
government.
the guards still
Yeah,
there.
they're gonna take 3 or 4 months to even remotely reach out to anyone. They'll do the emergency housing if possible. But they'll we got our basement got flooded in the end of December, the week of Christmas, and we didn't hear from FEMA until March. So
Yeah.
there's no immediate there's not a lot of immediate assistance
Mhm.
when it comes to that stuff. It's a lot of you, and then even then, that was just to submit the request, and it took another couple of weeks to schedule the
Well, they make
inspection,
it
and
so hard.
yeah,
So even with the FEMA thing, we had a huge mudslide that took out probably about a dozen houses, actually killed one person, and had all kinds of issues. FEMA came in there. This was, a year or two later. I think the most the residents got were like $750.
yeah.
They didn't help out with anything. I drove through there a couple years ago. Actually, I drove through there last year, and it's still everything's still buried. There's nothing been done. The government will not help you out. You're lucky if you get anything.
And
Done, Rosalind.
love
And
is
see,
God. I'm
this
sorry.
is why I like having smart people around me, because I am not the smartest. Megan grabs the title on medium smart. I'm like, I'm mediocre, but like Rosalind coming in with the win. It's done. It's changed. So
The other thing they do too is finally offer up SBA loans, and boy, you do not want to go down that road.
Sure. No.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Well, and
Those-
when we applied, we had to apply to the loan first, and then if we didn't qualify, they would then give us like assistance afterwards.
I mean, the National Guard is here, or at least they were helping with like roads and stuff. But I mean, that only gets you so far. And I think the National Guard or the Army Corps of Engineers is here with to help with the dam breaches, because that was the problem. It was not only the flooding from the actual, hurricane, but there was a lot of dam breaches, and that's what caused people to lose everything, because places that weren't flooded before were flooded after the dam breached.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And I'm like, it's just
There was a dam that breached.
more than one.
Where is this?
I didn't
What
hear about those.
Bullitt County, Georgia.
Oh, I didn't hear about any of that. Mainstream media.
Yeah, well, it's rural Georgia, so like,
They don't care.
The
yeah.
last dam
That
that
and
I
the
heard broke is
presidential election.
I'm gonna try to go to my channel.
the last dam that I heard broke was about 45 minutes north of me, and it was a nice lake, pristine lake, and then it emptied itself out. So now everyone has some nice barren land that they get to stare over, and they're paying loans on their what used to be waterfront properties.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah, you know what's
Ouch.
interesting? We had the same thing in this area in Michigan called Midland. It's like halfway up the state.
That's what I'm referring to.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys are
yeah,
both
yeah, yeah.
in.
Oh, you are? Okay. So
Mhm.
what's interesting about that is I think they're still paying taxes as if they're water.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I'm sure they
Uh-huh.
are.
Because they'd have to rezone it, I imagine.
hmm
It's so ridiculous. But there's a bunch of lawsuits that's holding up the reconstruction of the dam.
And
Right.
I'm trying to. I have so many tabs open that I'm like getting myself confused. But I'm trying to go to my channel and open up the video that I made last week that just showed some of the pictures. Here we go.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, Zach in the house. I did send Zach a link, but he is busy, so he probably won't be able to come on. But I would like to referee another fight between Zach and MLS.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Zach comes on, I'm leaving.
Here we go.
Right?
That
Here
would
we
be
go.
interesting.
I would like to, referee another fight if y'all are
We
up
were
for it.
on. What was it like? Maybe a month ago. Him and I were on together.
Yeah,
Right?
during
On
the
your channel.
witchcraft trial.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me I made a little like video last week that was like just a slideshow.
He's saying he doesn't have a link.
I did send you a link. I will send you another one. Let me
You sure he's
play
not
this.
just trolling? It's Zach.
Huh?
You sure he's not just trolling? It's Zach.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did DM me. He did DM me. I
Wow,
will.
look at that.
Yeah.
Whole road just whoop.
Gone.
It's crazy.
Yep.
With the temperatures back there, insult to injury, the mold, the mildew, it just
Oh yeah.
melts.
That's my old house.
Oof.
So if I was still living there,
Be
we
underwater.
would have.
And you probably don't have flood insurance either, because
Nope.
I mean, and all those people here rent. So I don't know what their renter's insurance, if their renter's insurance would cover a flood. And I know
It
the
does not
owners of
cover
those
floods.
Where's the
owners of-
link to
It's
the
a separate-
fundraiser?
and the owners of those buildings are super cheap. So like,
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a separate thing that you have to get if you can even get it.
yeah. So there's just a few of the things that happened the last couple weeks.
I can't find a link to your fundraiser. Where's the link?
I don't actually have like a give, send, go or anything because of it taking so long to actually get the money. I just have my Venmo, my Cash App, and my PayPal, which I
Oh,
can
you're just
transfer
doing it
straight to
that
my
way.
bank account and write a check almost within 2 days.
Well, you still need a link for that somewhere.
I do have them on
okay.
the bottom.
Well, yeah, but then I gotta manually enter it. Oh God,
I know, I'm difficult. I'm sorry. If I had a
You're like a mother or something. You know,
Yeah.
you just make. Come on, can't you just do it?
Do we need some elevator music for MLS?
Yes, please. Okay, wait, hang on. I gotta pay. Now I gotta
Jeopardy.
figure out who to pay.
yeah.
Okay.
Jeopardy.
So wait, hang on. So I gotta do the $sign and then I gotta do an S. All right, hang on. SQUI. See, here's the problem though, is now it disappears. So now I gotta wait for it to come around again.
Brad, you sent me that, and I still I lost it. I don't know where you sent it to me, and I don't know if I deleted it or.
It's
Indie
actually
Squid
on
dancing
voice.
music.
Yes, it's actually on VoiceMod's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Called
I have to write all this
VoiceMod
stuff down. 'Cause
Bossa.
if I don't write this stuff down, I forget. There's so much stuff that I have to remember every day that I can't
How do I know that this is you? There's no picture or anything.
There was a picture when I sent.
There was a picture.
There was a picture when I sent it.
Oh God. Okay.
You sure you got the right one?
David, are you
Wait.
fingering it?
I posted it in the chat.
What
Right, let's
Cash
post
App
again.
or what site are you on?
Cash App.
Cash App? It should be me. There's only one me. And yes, Zach, I know you sent me a
SQUID PRO. Does it have to be capital P and capital Q?
No, it didn't have to.
1, right? This is not you.
That's PayPal. It's
24 for Cash App.
Squid Pro
Oh.
Quo 24.
yeah, Cash App 1 was taken.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Ugh. And I pinned the comment at the top of the screen too, I think.
You did.
Ugh.
Or someone did.
See, you just
Someone
had it
did.
terribly confusing. Okay, there. I think I gave you money. We'll
You
find
did.
out. Oh, I'll
25
take it.
bucks.
There you go.
I think we're up to 305
Sounds about right.
if I can do the math.
That math
Contributing
in
to
my head.
charity is hard. Hung hero. Thank you.
And
I managed.
Dingleberry, the power lines, they're pretty good now. In our neighborhood, there was a tree right out in front of our house. Well, or in front of our neighbor's house that took down a power line. And unfortunately, it was not the power line that affected our house. So when that line came back up or the tension was off of it, it was almost like Christmas. You saw people's lights go on. Ours was just not one of them. So ours was down the street a little bit, was actually a completely downed power line that took a few hours longer to fix.
Wow,
But we were only out of power for like 10 hours maybe.
that's not bad.
I don't know. The only thing
My-
that was hard about it was that it's humid as heck in this house. Like it was like 80% humidity in the house.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I saw that picture, your thermostat. Wow.
yeah, our little sensor, we have an indoor and outdoor temperature gauge, and it was actually warmer and more humid inside than it was outside.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh, Ong Hung Hero. You know, Ong Hung Hero, my parents are boomers, right? Like it's like a sauna down here when you don't have, and then we had the windows open. So we're trying to get like airflow with the windows open, but then water gets in and it's like, you know, hey Dom, good to see you. Ah. So Brad, I have not been keeping up on this drama. Can you give me a little like rundown of what I've missed in the Laura Owens thing
Oh,
debacle?
so
read-
what was the last thing you remember?
I read the motion. So everything from the courts I've figured out, but it's all his tweets and the Medium articles and
Well, there's no
Before
Medium
you guys
articles that
get
I know
into
of.
that a little bit. I have a Lego stream that I need to get to. But I just wanted to pop on and give a little bit of support and tweet it out and do all that good stuff. So, and then
I appreciate you coming on here. It really means a lot.
no problem. I would have been on earlier, but like last minute, my wife was like, "We're going to Dairy Queen," so then I had to drive her to Dairy Queen. But
It's
Anyways.
totally fine. I
Happy wife,
appreciate
happy life.
Not
I
even
appreciate
Culver's?
everybody that showed up, even if it's just for a minute. Like it means a lot to me.
no problem.
So-
Good luck. I hope you guys need to donate, raise. Tell your friends if you don't have the money, or if you already donated, tell your friends to donate. Donate now. It's for a very worthy cause. Help these people, whatever they can, get some of their stuff recovered. So please donate. Tell your friends to donate. Tell your family to donate. Put the guilt trip on your spouses. They'll do what you ask them to do. So do that. All right. Take care,
I
guys.
appreciate you so much, and I'll send everybody over to the Lego stream after this.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep. Bye. Oh, it's like, oh, I don't know. It's been a rough couple of weeks just in the like stress department, and then the whole family got sick, so that didn't help.
Oof. No,
Like-
thank you.
I finally have my voice back, and it's like, yeah, we're just doing it. So I haven't done like my whole week has been like crazy weird. Like I haven't been streaming, and when I have, it's not what I normally do. I felt
Mhm.
disheveled all week.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
I was coughing up a lung. Yeah, King Bob, I played the video earlier. Oh, you didn't see this, Brad?
no.
Let me go back.
You don't have to force everyone else
They were
to
on
see
for
it. But
the yearbook photos either.
Oh yeah.
I just got
Yearbook.
done reading, giving a baby a bath and doing bedtime stories. So
Yeah, King Bob, we showed Sarah Boone on Nickelodeon just a little bit earlier.
So there's multiple parts, but I'm just gonna show one. And if you want to make it over to this woman's channel, how I've never heard of her before, I don't know.
Mhm.
But she is Criminal Intent Katrina Marie. She has almost 4,000 subscribers and 1,400 videos, and she's covered most of the same cases that the rest of us have.
dang.
Let me present my screen. There we go. Come on.
The video jocks on today's show, starting off with the red team. John and Sarah, say hey! Now let's see. John, understand you collect
You can
baseball.
hear she looks awkward.
What do you have in your collection?
I don't know, about 200.
About
She was
200.
literally
How
on
many
Nick
years doing
Arcade.
a collection that
Yeah.
size?
About 3 years.
About 3 years. Wow,
And
that's an
they're
awesome
team
collection.
one too.
Your partner there, Sarah, likes to hang out at
Dude.
the mall. Now, what do you do while you're just hanging at the mall, Sarah?
Well,
Buying
just go out, guys,
suitcases.
and spend money.
Check out the dudes and spend the cash. Your cash or like parents'
Check
cash?
out the Samsonite.
Zebra,
She looks-
zip code,
She looks
and
better when
zipper.
she doesn't have her hair cut
Well,
off.
that's it, yeah. Those are, name the type.
Yeah, it's like she I mean, like you look at her and you're like, yeah, that could be her. It could be her until she does
Yeah.
that like smile and it's like, oh yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her.
She looks like
Man,
the
I
mom
used to-
from that 70s show in that one.
Yeah, but she
Yeah, I
looks
could see
better
it.
when she doesn't have the jailhouse Karen haircut.
I missed the Nick Arcade because that was like a really interesting series.
I was a fan of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That Guts.
Yeah. Guts was one of my other favorites too.
Nick Arcade, I think, was canceled right before those ones popped off.
Yeah, I looked it up and because I wanted to see if it had a list of the contestants,
I don't
and
think so.
it was on from 92 to 97. So then there's these lovely photos that Jess found.
Oof.
Oh. And then there's that one, and then there's this one.
The updo is real.
It's like, oh, those thin little lips. So one of the things that was brought up to me today that I thought was interesting is that we should start our own we were talking about starting our own suitcase line.
Oh no.
And it would be a Sarah Boone luggage line.
It's a Sarah Boone luggage line. Oh no.
The one of the taglines would be extra strength zippers with roomy insides.
Jeez.
And the
Unbreakable TSA can't get into it.
Yeah.
a new feature that we would add was is our inside zipper release.
Like the trunk latch.
And
I mean, I'm
cannot take
surprised that
credit.
doesn't exist already.
I cannot take credit for any of this. Well, that's one of the things that I was trying to look up. Not like luggage manufacturers would advertise this on their sites, but I wanted to see if after the Sarah Boone thing went kind of viral, if manufacturers did actually change the way they made suitcases. I couldn't find anything because it's not like they advertised, yeah, it unzips from the inside. But
We'll just look up
Who's going to
new
be the first
suitcases.
one to do it is when this settles down.
Well, I think it's a matter of if you're going to be smuggling a person, you're going to hopefully open them up on the other side. But
yeah, well, we all know that that's not the first time that she put somebody into a suitcase. It's just this was the only one who didn't get out. I mean, I'm just glad she let her son out because that could have been a whole nother, it could have been a whole nother
I hate to
thing.
say it, but then Jorge probably wouldn't have ended up.
Yeah. Like I finally watched all the interrogation, the entire interrogation again, and it's like, oh my god. And there's new Sarah Boone docs too. So that was my plan for this week was to read all those docs that I was sent. Even though I do check the clerk's website pretty often, I appreciate being sent them. But like there's apparently a letter from her seventh attorney who never got paid.
Oh.
Like there's
there's
some
a motion request.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I get what you sent me, and then Flash Fan emails me. So like he'll email me some things and you'll email me, and I just can't remember who emails me what or who tells me what. So I'm like, it pieces together that I know I got it from somewhere. I just don't know who I got it from.
I end up sending those to so many people because it's just easier. Like Baker, because he's over in Denmark, it's easier for me to pull it and just send it to him so he doesn't get blocked.
Yeah, that's true.
Mo, because she has 6 kids.
And I have to ask him why, like, I knew he said this on his channel a couple of times, but why he covers American cases.
Because they don't.
Because they're more fun.
They
Yeah.
don't film in Denmark.
And it's just like Florida man, like, or Florida woman in this case. It's just something special. Like, I don't know. And then this week, I'm also going to go over the body cam footage of Christopher Schultz, who was is going to trial in Arizona for leaving his 2-year-old daughter in a hot car.
Oh yeah, Omar covered that.
Yeah, I've covered it a little bit, but I have the body cam footage now.
Yeah.
So
There's also body cam footage of one of the previous arrests Sarah had out there.
and Mia Bailey had a hearing on Friday too, out in Utah.
Hmm.
So I don't have the footage. The same person that posted the Nickelodeon Sarah Boone videos has the footage of the courtroom from yesterday.
Hmm.
So it's like there's been
It's
a lot of
probably
stuff
the
that I
local
missed this
news
week.
stations
It-
that have that like from their YouTube channels, because I've noticed that a lot.
Yeah, and the last time that I went to that one, they didn't have it posted yet. But when I went to her channel today, she had it up. So I'm like, I haven't had the time to check.
Yeah, sometimes
who-
they just delay. Like Court TV delayed one of Sarah Boone's hearings for like 10 hours before posting it.
Yeah, JKD Buck. The thing about this 2-year-old that was left in a hot car is she did not survive. He left the car running and went inside because she was taking a nap. I'd rather have a pissed off 2-year-old who's angry that I woke her up than one who leaves in
In a body bag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just can't like
Well, and
I
wasn't there
just
a
can't
history of him
fathom.
doing it?
Huh?
Yeah,
Wasn't
there's
there a history of him doing it?
according to his interview, he said he's done it like over 50 times with no issue.
Yeah, his 16-year-old daughter from a previous relationship said that she was surprised that it took this long. So,
Jesus.
and there's text messages from his wife, who's a doctor, of him doing this before. And his wife was the one who found her because she went in the house and didn't see her, wondered where she was, and looked in the car.
And he was playing PlayStation after putting the groceries away.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Ridiculous.
And his reasoning that he didn't bring her in the house was she was taking a nap. Wake that girl up. She will be unhappy for a few minutes, but she will be alive.
That
Even then,
seems to
sometimes
be
kids don't wake up.
How many times have people carried their kids in the house and laid them down in their bed and they stayed asleep? That's no excuse.
Mine
I
It
don't
doesn't.
know.
seems to be the go-to excuse for a lot of people who do this.
And I'm so paranoid that, like, even when I know that I don't have her, I still look in my back seat. Like when I go to the store and she's not even with me, I still look in my back seat just to make sure. Because I'm paranoid. Like, I'm so scared that I'm going to do it that, like, and especially in Arizona where it's 110, like,
No.
I can't even imagine.
The only time I've left my son in the car is when I go to Jersey Mike's with him with me, and I'm picking up a to-go order that's waiting for me. That's
I mean,
the only time, because I'm literally ducking in and ducking out. There's no like, oh, I'm just going to grab a few things at the grocery store. It's
and I think the only time I've done it is when I've gotten her all strapped into her car seat. I started the car and then realized that I forgot something. So I will go in the house, but I have my house keys and my car key are not on the same keychain.
Mhm.
So, like, I
Right.
can leave the car running and I'm only gone for 2 minutes. Tops.
Right.
So, like, that's the only time I've ever. And my parents did it to me when I was younger, but when I was old enough to know how to roll down the window, and we still had,
rolling down windows.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
We were
video.
tougher back then too, so we can handle that heat.
There was a video yesterday that I saw where a woman's living in a hotel room. She leaves the baby alone for over an hour. She thinks it's only 20 minutes. And when the cops got there, because the hotel called on her analogy was, well, when I live in a house and I leave the child in another room with the door closed, to her, that was this is what the same thing is to her. She just didn't get it.
Some people should just not be parents.
I mean, I just can't. Like,
Jess, that is the understatement of the year.
I know.
Definitely.
It just,
Like, I don't want to get into the like abortion debate or whatever because it's not the time or the place. But like some of these people who have had multiple abortions, I look at their personalities and I look at what they talk about and stuff, and I'm like, you maybe shouldn't have kids anyway.
True.
Like, you're probably better off not being a parent to begin with.
Well, I think the one thing is my family member has a really good point because she knew that she was never going to have kids. And it was a very difficult process for her to get a hysterectomy. Like, you have to go through numerous doctor interviews to be like, are you sure you don't want to have kids? She's like, please, just take it out of me. I do not want this.
Well, and here's the thing, too. If someone eventually changes their mind, you know how many kids need to be adopted?
oh, yeah.
So, like, it's not like you can't ever get, have a child of your own. It just won't be biological, but that's not even what matters. So, I hate that. Like, I can see the doctor's point in a way because the doctors don't want to get sued either.
Right,
But
but that's
at the-
why you have them sign plenty of consent forms.
Yeah,
And
but
you
that's
have
at
them
the same
reviewed by a
time.
psychologist. Like, there are ways to cover yourself. Especially if it's shown, like, someone with, like, PCOS or, some other medical condition that is going to make conceiving hard anyway, or next to impossible. Like, I can understand just wanting to just be rid of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even those people with documented health issues have to go through all of that as well. And it's like, if you have those documented health issues or you just don't want kids, why should it matter so long as you can pass the psych eval and so long as you can, be adamant? If you end up regretting it later, that'll be something for you to process. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that goes into a whole other topic of conversation on the healthcare industry, women's specifically healthcare industry, and being gaslit. And like men get pain meds for like everything, and women get procedures where you're like invasive and get nothing.
Yeah.
Are expected to be fine. I'm like, yeah, not exactly. Ooh, the chat's talking about land. 9 acres. I would love to have some land, but everything's so expensive.
Yeah, tell me
Land
about
is great until you got to take care of it. Then it's
Yeah,
not
that's what I was
as
thinking.
fun. It's like,
Well,
man,
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
I
But,
love
like,
yard work.
If
I
we
could
could
think of
have
like 1,000 things I'd rather be doing than yard work, tending to land, pulling a tree.
well, and it's one thing too if a lot of it's woods and doesn't need a whole lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
But like I could have like I'd be happy with a fishing pond, or like where I could go, where we
Go
could go
stock it
hunting
with
on
some
our own
walleyes
land
or
and not have to wake up at 2:00 in the morning to go hunting.
to go drive 3 hours to go.
That's the only thing I don't like. But I'm sure Mr. Squid will tell you, hey, Flash fan, I mean, it's hard to get up at 3:00 in the morning for work, but if you're getting up at 3:00 in the morning to go hunting, it's like you're up and at 'em.
You're excited.
Oh, I haven't been hunting since before baby Squid was born.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, apparently the last time I was hunting, we were hunting with some people that I had never been hunting with before. And all of a sudden I hear a shot behind me. There was a snake in a tree and some guy shot it. I'm like,
alrighty then.
yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't even see it. Like, thank goodness. Ah,
Warning next time.
we have one more person to add to the stage. Jingleberry.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I am. It's like morning here, daytime. So
In the Australia place that doesn't exist?
we don't exist.
You don't exist.
It's all an illusion. Yeah, it's very sunny. It's so nice today, but windy.
Yeah.
So I
It's
am.
dark.
Yeah.
It's like 9:00 at night here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
John,
Dark as can be.
it's
Hey,
all,
Jingleberry.
it's
Thank
all the
you,
mods.
Anna.
The mods.
It's the meet the mods. And Brad, we were getting when MLS left, we were getting to the topic of Laura Owens.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I know the motion where the judge Fisk or whatever her
Yeah.
name is.
The
Didn't-
presiding judge over the family court said, "Denied. Sit down."
But he like had a meltdown on Twitter and I missed it.
I don't know the biggest details on the meltdown on Twitter, but basically what had happened, somebody in the community put in a bar complaint against him over all of his dealings from April till the trial on June 10th, in addition to some supplemental stuff afterwards. And in addition to that, Dr. Dean submitted her own bar complaint about posting his report or posting her report online.
This is what I
without-
missed.
Yeah. So
I'm completely uninformed about this one.
Yeah. I knew about him having a Twitter meltdown and I saw the ones after the ruling was made because I actually got the ruling from his website and his Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's where I read it for how I was able to read it.
Mhm.
But I knew he had one beforehand. I just never went back to investigate.
right,
And
that was
there's
the Dave Neal one.
and there's so much stuff that's happened and like happens every day that I'm like I can't keep up.
It's been surprisingly quiet outside of that. So so the bar complaint got posted online by I believe Tramp Stamp Esquire, and then Gingras went and wrote the bar and said, by the way, you should know about the cult. This Tramp Stamp Esquire is likely to be the person who submitted the claim, i.e., but they're not, and is saying about how the JFC cult is dangerous for because they dox people and whatnot. It's like the only person that's doxed someone is you. Like the community has been largely good about redacting information when necessary to ensure that either Laura's name wasn't showing when that was no bueno, ensuring that prior victims who wished to remain anonymous was still going on, but
He blew that one.
he blew that one. He blew his client's own address and phone number.
No.
Oy.
She posts her phone number on her blog, so it really wasn't that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
Oh no, but it is.
Well-
Because that's your attorney. What
Yeah.
else are you gonna share?
She has a phone number and an address and phone number on her website. But like I'm pretty sure that's a Google Voice number that if someone starts to like call you at it or harass you, you just delete the Google Voice number and make a new one.
it's not.
Like-
It's her cell phone.
It's her cell phone. She has her cell phone on her website. That's dumb.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I have a Google Voice number, but like
Mhm.
and it goes to my cell phone, but like it after that
And
like
for legal purposes, do not go to her website. Do not contact her on her cell phone. Do not do any of these things because that is a shitty thing to do. Do not be
Nope.
shitty people.
and I've already appeared in one piece of evidence. I don't want to appear in anymore.
I appeared in evidence.
really?
Yeah.
So
Was
in the
it were
recent,
you in more than just the video?
I was in the Hollywood Squares video with Hava, where Hava was talking about the interaction with Judge Mata's father.
I was too
And,
on
and that
Rosalind's
was
screen.
and that was in quoted in there, and then I had said something and made it into the transcript, but it said man, it didn't say me. So I was like, yes, marked safe for being listed in the filing. But
Yeah, I wasn't listed by name, but I was listed by, picture on the DVD. So I was like, I was in that Hollywood Squares.
Apparently going to have to look into this case.
you don't know about this case?
Oh, you're
I forgot. You have
kidding.
no idea
I
about the
haven't.
case, do you?
Oh,
No, I was deep in Karen Friedland for the longest time because I live in Rhode Island. So
this
that's
has been
like
going
the
on
top of-
since Megan Fox started covering it at the end of December, and that's when I kind of jumped in to help her.
Okay.
You might need to set aside like a whole weekend or multiple weekends because there's so much
Yeah.
to go through.
So
Don't do
we're
it,
going to condense
Jeff.
this down
Don't
as
do
best
it.
as we can.
Go
Do you
for
know
it.
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 years ago, there was a man on The Bachelor, and his name is Clayton Echard. He was apparently one of the most hated bachelors ever. He left The Bachelor, went and got a real estate license. Within weeks of getting his real estate license, this man was contacted through LinkedIn on the attempt to try and purchase real estate property. In the discussion after this, lewds were sent, and then he invited her over for gummies and Netflix, and two admitted to blowies were given about 4 or 5 hours apart, and then 11 days later, she said she was pregnant.
Oh, this is the tonsil twins one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that
I
one.
know there's like so much more to it than that though. Like,
Oh, it's crazy.
So
She's the only
case-
person who's had more lawyers than Sarah Boone.
I don't know. She hasn't had more.
Per case.
Yeah, per case, it's not the same. But over the past 4 years, she's had 12 lawyers.
why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they doing different types of cases?
She sued Uber.
'Cause that could be
Um,
why.
It's like she sued Uber. She's sued a
She sued
contractor.
Greg. She sued a contractor for supposedly stealing from her property.
Most
it-
of those are all civil.
She still lives in her mom's or her parents' casita. And she calls it she calls it that. It's like their pool house.
Yeah.
That's what she calls it in every every filing or every phone call. Oh, what's up with the 911 calls? Are these the ones that have finally been released or are these new?
They are ones that have been finally released. So one of which is the police getting a welfare check call from someone in New York saying that she posted the December 8th Medium blog saying that she was suicidal and requested a welfare check on her. The police go up to the door of the parents. Jan answers the door and says that Laura is sleeping right now. And the police talk to Jan for 10, 15 minutes. Don't go inside to actually check on Laura. And then at the end of the call, because it's almost Christmas time, Jan gives the police chocolate and they go away.
They didn't even go inside like you're supposed to. Unbelievable.
They didn't even check to see that she's alive in general.
Nope. Jan just said she's napping, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And then, by the way,
I need to see her.
Jan is reciting all of these things that Laura has told her verbatim about how Greg has hacked things and all this other stuff. It's wild.
It's everybody else's fault. It's another Amber Heard, another Sarah Boone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's definitely a mother like daughter thing.
These women are all the same. It's always everybody else's fault. Like, I know a friend of mine who has an ex-wife like that. It's everybody else's fault. It's never her fault. Yeah. It's like, no accountability for anything.
Nope.
Excuses for everything.
And then they hide behind their mental health. And it's like, it's one thing to have a mental health disorder, and I am not shaming anybody for having depression, anxiety, or whatever, but when you use it as a weapon, it's no longer like, get over it, either get the help you need or stay off the internet.
Well, the thing is that someone's let them use that as a crutch. You know, no one's pushed them to be more than that.
That's true too.
Mhm.
There's a different side of it that I didn't take into account, is the fact that they have a lot of people who are like, I mean, codependent, like, that are fueling this and being okay with this. And it's like, so when your kids get out in the real world and they have to face consequences, it's everybody else's fault. It's never theirs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, my parents threw me to the wolves. It was always my fault. I was the only child, so it was always my fault. Like, there was nobody else to blame.
Yeah.
I tried blaming my stepsister sometimes, and my mom said, "Nope, that's bullshit." It's your fault.
Was it?
Alrighty then.
I don't know. Both my parents are in the chat. Let's ask them. Oh, poor Rosalind. No, I wish I could come. Like, I would call you and be like, "It's an emergency. You have to leave." But like, you know. Yeah, Flash fan, we are up to $305, which
Right.
for not having that many people in chat, and like, it's amazing, and I'm grateful. And then there's a couple people that said, "Hit me up on the first of the month when I get paid." So, you know, I'm pretty sure we'll make it up to like $350, which is fine with me because that's $350 that these people didn't have before. So, and Rosalind, we were talking about the Hollywood Squares stream,
Yep.
where that got cited in Jiggers's motions. Because, you know, we can't talk publicly about publicly available information and our opinions. Because, you know, that's mean. I don't.
Sounds like he'd get along with Sarah really good.
Why is Rosalind hiding in the bathroom?
I think she's at some function. And
She's at a
Oh.
country club.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then hide away. I hate people too.
She has to people tonight. Like real people. Like in-person people.
Yeah, but are the real people the better people to hang out with?
I mean, no.
That's exactly what I thought.
I'd rather hang out with internet weirdos than people.
I identify as an internet weirdo. Thank you.
Yep, me too. Thank you.
Mark says internet weirdo.
We're all in good company.
This has been fun because I started coming on YouTube. I was a mod for Megan, and like then I became a mod for other people, and it was like you just mod and you like go about your way, and then you see these people in chat all the time, and then you start to like connect with them on Discord or on locals, and then you exchange phone numbers and you're FaceTiming, and then you talk to these people every day, and it's like I have friends all over the country that I would never have had before if it wasn't for YouTube. And I have to say I've met some pretty cool people and some pretty like different walks of life than me. Like Hava and I actually have to sit down and have a chat because we were talking about like where we started before COVID and how we like agree on things, but we used to be on like she was like anti-police or defund the police and I was like Blue Lives Matter, and now we're like more right in the middle with each other than we ever were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's one of those. Flash fan, you are welcome on this channel anytime. Everybody's welcome on this channel because, just a weirdo. Yeah, nah, that's me too. I'm just a weirdo. But no matter how crazy that the world thinks I am not a Sarah Boone and I am not a Laura Owens. And every time that Mr. Squid thinks I'm crazy, I just go, it could be worse.
Let me
At
show
least
you a
I'm not
video.
that lady.
Like, look at this. Shoved her boyfriend in a suitcase. And like, well, the thing about the suitcase is I read through the autopsy. And I read through it just like real quick, but Mo did a deeper dive on it and actually had a chalkboard and was writing out where injuries were.
Hmm.
And I was like, there is no way that there wasn't some physical altercation or she like beat him into the suitcase. Because with those injuries, like I don't see that for being a fall down the stairs in the suitcase. That is like a you have to that's like you you have a black eye,
He has a
basically.
black eye?
He had a black eye. His orbital bone was
Okay.
messed up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have
I
to
mean-
cut the part
I mean,
of
if
my
you're
video.
in a suitcase and you're like this, there's no way that your head is going to be susceptible enough to that.
Nope,
Do
and
they
there was like
think-
rib damage and like it was it sounds like there was a physical altercation. And the fact that she didn't have any injuries on her means that she was either the dominant one in that relationship because she was bigger. I mean,
She
he's
has
only
that prior charge, right?
I mean, yeah, there was a prior charge, but she was never
She
convicted.
was never convicted because of it. Oh my gosh, that's right.
So it's like yeah. She is, I think, asleep. She's either asleep with Mr. Squid on the couch or they're both in her room laying down on the floor. Well, she has a floor bed, but laying down watching TV. Like watching a movie or something. So she's good. We'll have to FaceTime tomorrow, Dad. Good luck, Roslyn. Text me later. Let me know that you made it home safely and you didn't end up in like needing bail money or anything. Yes, I did.
Charity money will not go to bail money.
Yeah.
Yes, charity money will not go to a bail.
Separate stream. That's a separate stream.
Yeah. Rosalind Duke's bail money fund will be next week.
I'm in. I'm in.
Oh my goodness. We're up to $310. King and Queen Bob donated. Yay! I
Looks
love you
like
guys.
General Tunes here has joined us as well in the chat.
Yeah, General T. Hey, General T. I hope you're feeling better. No ER pics, please.
Yeah, man. I
Like,
know you're trying to do your best Tug impression, but don't.
but seriously, General, what size shoe do you wear? Because those shoes are massive. I'm like, it's like, I saw his picture and I'm like, it's like my cousin wears a size 13. I'm like, not, I hope you're feeling better though. Yeah, I usually hold about 14 to 15 people in my chats. It goes up to like 20, 25. Sometimes it goes down to like 10. But but we're up to 450 subscribers and like 2,100 watch hours. So we're getting there. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Yay! I'm so glad. So John, before he when we were talking about the FEMA, he posted this in the private chat. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to mute myself and cough up a lung real quick.
I hate it when that happens.
Right?
Sorry, I'm feeling a lot better than I was, but I am still every once in a while it's like not a good sign. And I can feel the medication starting to wear off. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to last.
Oh,
Time
well.
time for a whiskey shot, sounds like.
Well, I
I'll
don't
dry
Hot
you out.
toddies.
I do have whiskey.
Whiskey will cure what ails you.
Yeah, it also caused a whole host of new issues.
No.
I have my Simply Spiked cherry limeade.
What's it spiked with?
Vodka, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You tried to make her laugh, and she's coughing up a lung. Way to go on Hung Hero.
Oh my goodness.
It's coming back.
It's like, I'm sure it's like a spritzer, you know, like a White Claw, whatever's in there.
It's just basic alcohol. It's
Yeah.
just with vodka,
What's the
basically.
alcohol content?
5%.
5%?
Yeah.
It's the same as my spiked Mountain Dews.
Ah, yes. Like 7 and 7, the go-to drink for my father.
Oh God, I miss those.
We have a bottle of Maker's Mark 46 on the top of the refrigerator. I've had that bottle since I lived in Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
I still haven't finished it. That's how little we drink. Like, yeah. I mean, the only time I drink is when I'm on stream. Other than that, it's like water.
Yep.
But getting to what I was talking about before I decided to hack up a lung. This is what John sent me about recovering from Mother Nature issues. So, and John, you were talking about this when we were talking about FEMA, right?
Yeah. So this was a year after, and if you keep scrolling down, you can see some more pictures. So
Ooh.
that was a landslide. So what had happened is it had rained quite a bit back in 2020, and when I drove through there, that scar was still there, pretty bad. And the only thing that had changed was they just pushed all the dirt off the road and made it accessible so other people can get to their houses that are further back down that hillside.
Ugh.
Not very many people have actually could afford or do anything to help fix this issue. And
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't even imagine a landslide.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's not even like really that bad that happened. Well, that wasn't even that bad. There was one of the houses that my friend, one of my
that's
people I
not
went with, their house was completely covered. All you saw was the second story. The whole back of the house was covered, and all you saw was the peak of the roof, the second story bottom windows, and that was it. It was all covered all the way around.
Were any of the houses knocked off their foundations?
Oh, most of them.
Okay.
I think it says in that article how many, like what the how many houses were affected.
Here, I'll read the article. And if I have to cough every now and then, I apologize. Reading is hard. It's been 1 year since a huge landslide tore through Beach Road in Haines, destroying houses, killing 2 people whose bodies were never found. That's sad. The road was barricaded soon after the landslide, December 2nd, 2020, to keep people out of the danger zone. A year later, an orange caution sign is still there, but now a temporary access road passes through the debris. From far away, there's a huge white scar on the side of Mount Riley. Up close, it's hard to imagine what kind of force could pull down this much of a mountain. Like, Haines Mayor Doug Olerud? Olerud. Okay, I was close. Is driving on the road because he doesn't like to walk it. There's no other traffic, and wet snow sticks to the windows of his truck. It's a tough drive, he said. That's because he can imagine where the houses used to be. One home is still there, but knocked off its foundation by trees and rocks. It looks like a toy next to the huge swath of turned up earth. It doesn't get easier. In the early months after the slide, no one was allowed on the road. Residents fought to cross the slide and retrieve the belongings they left behind when they left their houses on the day of the slide. A half mile past the slide, things start to look normal. Then you can see we've got people out here, Olerud said. Their driveways are plowed, especially at the far end of Beach Road here. Several of them are very happy to be out here. The borough got power out to the end of the road by July, but access to these homes you need to pass through what the borough calls the red zone, an area that's geologically unstable. Closer to the red zone, the driveways aren't plowed. People haven't come back. Oy. The borough is still waiting for answers about the long-term stability of the area. A landslide contractor promised a study by the end of December or early January. Their instruments are still are visible in the snow. Ulrud says the findings will guide the borough through the next steps of recovery. The study will help determine whether these homeowners qualify for a land swap with the state. For example, Ulrud says some of them are still frustrated with the borough's decision to call the area a hazard. It will likely ruin home values and jeopardize insurance. He says he stands by that decision, but he's surprised there wasn't federal aid for individual people who lost homes or cannot return to their properties. Any federal money has to go through the borough. Nobody's ever going to be made 100% whole out there. That's not going to happen. But what can we do? Get them as close to whole as possible. And that's going to be an ongoing struggle. I wish I had better answers for them. Hoy. Beach Road is what most people outside of Haines might think of when they think of December weather disaster. But destruction was spread throughout the Chilkat Valley? Chilkat. Landslides damaged and destroyed homes on Lutak Road, and flooding wreaked havoc on roads and homes in the town site. Ulrud estimates there were 40% of households in Haines sustained some kind of damage from the storm. The work of the last year has been putting homes and infrastructure back in order. Oy. For the last year, my life has been dominated by disaster recovery, said Sylvia Hines. She was hired by the Chilkoot Indian Association to manage a $900,000 federal housing grant to help the Haines recovery. She is also a coordinator for Haines Long-Term Recovery Group. They've put 16 households back in homes since this summer. Yeah, it's not 23 anymore. That never feels like a success to me. I think that's part of the story, that the recovery needs are so enormous.
Yeah. And here's the thing. They didn't put them back. They put them back in homes. They didn't put them back in their home. They didn't put them back on their property. Mm-hmm. So, like, even the people that were on the backside of that landslide, they didn't get back. They didn't get put back. Some of them didn't, you know. If it got so, you know, they may have been put back into houses, but it might not have been where they wanted to be. And
that's
yeah,
true.
$900,000 for what? The 40. I mean, he said there were like
40% of
20 or 30 houses that got damaged.
Oh,
I mean, they said 40% of the houses were damaged, but that's not, you know, that could be somebody's driveway getting washed away.
It said
because of a culvert.
Her recovery team helped over 130 households that needed assistance.
Yeah.
130 houses.
Yeah, there's only 2,000 people in that town.
I know that. There's only 2,000, well, like 3,000 people in my town.
Yeah, but well, the problem with Haines is the industry in that town, they cannot handle any more than 2,000.
What is their industry?
Tourism. So
what's the tourist season up there? Is it summer because it's the only time that it's accessible?
Well, not necessarily. There's tourism in the wintertime too that goes with skiing. So you got they'll helicopter people out backcountry, and there's a lot of those X Games kind of skiers that go out there. One of the top guys that can't come to mind is I think his name was Jeremy Jones or something like that, and Axel something. Anyways, they also set the like one of the land speed records for snowboarder going downhill on the back mountains down there.
Ugh.
A helicopter was following him down the hill. It was nuts.
That's just, I don't know. I learned to snowboard in Dubai, and that was the first and the last time I've snowboarded. But I learned to snowboard in the desert. Make it make sense.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not going to be looking at recovery anytime soon. And when I went there in 2023, just last year at this time, and there was still nothing. There's no government assistance, and then, they're black and white, If you don't have money, they're going to pick you first, but they're not going to help out to where you're ever going to be able to recover. Because there's people that still have mortgages to pay on those houses that are under who knows how many feet of dirt and rock.
And they want their money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're still muted, Squid.
Mm.
I can't even imagine having a house like it's bad enough trying to buy a house right now.
Oh, I know.
Possibly being, under, but at the same time, like, that's a house that's intact. I can't imagine if, another hurricane comes through and wipes out that house, and then we're really screwed.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm looking at houses here, and I'm looking at a house that got put on the market $450,000, and I'm like, oh wow. Now you start looking at the price. Yeah, it was put on the market at 450, but why is it 250 now?
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh yeah, the foundation's sinking, this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, well,
that might be
houses are starting to come down here, but not very much. Like, you see houses $5,000 reduced. It's like because you can't sell them, because a house that was $180,000 when I moved down here is now $310,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for a house that was built for like $240.
Yeah, and that's pretty much. I mean, my
That's
dad's
pretty much
house.
countrywide.
My dad's house was, I want to say, built for like $240 back in the day, and now it's like double that. I'm like, he's got a nice house, but like, I don't know if it's worth that much. But in like 2 years, it probably won't be worth that much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, what I've noticed is as the interest rate has been creeping up, you'll see the prices kind of creeping down a little bit. So like, okay, it was a $400,000 house, now it's $350. But I'm gonna pay the same mortgage price per month, and it's like, okay, it's like I don't know how anybody can have a 30-year mortgage at $3,000 a month. It's like $3-4 grand a month. It's like, holy shit.
Nope, that would be everything we have. Like,
yeah,
like I'd really have to be hustling with this YouTube stuff and like, get 2 jobs, and that's part of the reason that I stay home, is because like with the cost of childcare, I would have to get a job making about $30 an hour to cover the cost of childcare. It's like, it's just not worth it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, we've done the math, and it's like, for my wife to stay home with the three boys, Jesus, we're looking at $25-$30 an hour. It's almost cheaper for me to just hire somebody to, if my wife was working at a $30 an hour job, it'd be cheaper for me to just actually hire somebody to be a nanny than take them to daycare.
Yeah.
Childcare is outrageous. And it's like, it's not only outrageous, but then they have so many kids that it's like, are you really getting the best attention? And it's like, I don't trust anybody.
The nanny idea sounds better almost, because then they'd probably be in the home with the kids.
Yeah, but there's still no point. Because
true.
That whole entire paycheck at $25 an hour is going to that nanny.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got to pay taxes on that, and then I got to pay the nanny.
And then it's the time that you don't get to spend with your kids, and you're relying on somebody else to to raise them. Basically, you don't get to see them all day, and they're being influenced by who knows what these days. I'm like, there's just no right answer.
All valid points.
It's pretty wild.
And I understand that, people have to work, and I get it. I was working, 40 hours a week before I moved here. But like it's hard no matter if you're a stay-at-home parent or a parent that goes to work and has childcare. There's no easy answer. Ugh. I'm starting to cough more and more. Like, I think I'm going to cut this off within the next few minutes because I am starting to get, pretty
rough.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We made $310. I'm pretty pleased with that because I didn't.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm having fudge in your name.
Oh,
Oh,
Thanks.
prick Zach on him.
I'm gonna go have like
so does that mean Squid gets the calories and you don't? Is that how that works?
No.
if it was that easy, don't. But starting tomorrow, I have a personal fat shamer again, so taking tonight off. Zach is my personal fat shamer, Jess. So
I can see him being good at that.
But I asked for it. It's almost like the Rackets like fat shaming video, where people would pay him to fat shame. Oh, I have Zach.
It's exactly like that.
Almost to the point. Well, it is to the point where like when I first started this channel, Zach was doing this before I started my channel, and Zach would say something in chat, and my dad would try to defend me, and I'm like, it's fine.
This one's okay. It's okay.
It's just Zach being a troll.
He went into protective dad mode, and I was like, it's just Zach. Like, it's Zach. It's all right. Like, anybody else, go after him. But Zach, it's fine.
Squid, you should join me on my cooking stream.
Oh, yeah, your cooking stream was really good.
Yeah.
You need to do more of those.
I'm working on it. I've got one tomorrow.
I made
What are you
6
cooking?
the other day.
When's your next Q&A?
I just did it.
Thursday. Because
You
I
might
literally
need to
got
look
off of
up.
my
I
stream.
want that ringtone.
The tutorial is in the Q&A.
Okay, I'll go back. Thank you.
It's near the end.
Cynthia, I just know because when I ended this stream and I went onto YouTube to watch something else, his stream had just ended, and I was like, "Oh, IT Goatee streaming at the same time as me."
Unintentionally.
Gotta get the ringtone.
It happens all the time. The only problem is I don't get to watch it because I'm not constantly streaming, but I'm trying to stream as much as
Frequently streaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I never can keep up with what everybody else is doing. It's so hard.
Megan's on a 2-week break, so
Yeah, I had asked her, I had sent her a link, but it's Hangry's birthday weekend, so yeah. But she's always busy. Like, maybe one day she'll come on my channel, but I'm not holding my breath. She's always busy with 3 kids,
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am going to cut this thing off. I am going to get some hot tea and take some Mucinex and try to crash.
Go do it.
All right. Thanks,
Good idea.
everybody, for showing up. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having.
Thanks,
Feel better.
Squid.
No problem. Bad Duck, it was nice to actually see your face for a while. I hope you find get a new pair of glasses soon.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
You can take off your human suit now.
Oh wait.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
stay.
Yes.
Wait.
Oh, now we gotta stay on the air.
Oh
Gotta
yeah.
get that Mucinex.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take some Mucinex.
Oh, we're literally about to end. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Good
that was so
timing. Don't go.
We take that back. We take it back.
Oh, something I really appreciate that Squid gets on here and streams, even though it's like other streams, we're seeing kind of the same stuff, but she has like
Yeah.
a very different perspective.
Yeah, agree.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she really does dissect it. And what I really enjoy, even though I've seen other people do some of the same streams on same subjects, it's always a fresh perspective per channel. They may
Yeah.
see something or hear something we didn't. So she's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. I like hearing her perspective.
Yes. Especially someone who's been in the military, she sees things quite differently.
Yeah.
There he
Yeah.
is.
Grab the tissue.
I literally
Next.
just woke up, got the computer on, sat down, turned it on. She's like, "Bye, everybody." I'm like, "No." Good morning from this side of the planet.
Good to see you. We have Jingleberry from Australia.
Oh, I'm not from
Yes.
Australia, but I live in Australia.
My eyes still. I mean, I literally just like rolled out of bed, ran in here, and then I'm like, "Oh no!"
I've been sick all week, so like
Oh no!
I was starting to get like hoarse, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna call it because I need to go take medication, and I'm like, let me. When I saw you in chat, I'm like, let me go take some Mucinex, blow my nose, and I'm gonna tough it out. So
It'll literally take me a minute to wake up here because I literally been awake. What time is it now?
Yeah, what time is it
10:57.
there?
I've been awake 6.5 minutes.
But this is the first time that I've been on the same stream as Legal Vices, and it's actually my stream. I'm like, this is a
Yay.
moment, like, this is a big moment. Big moment. JKD Buck,
Hey, what's up, Buck?
I got nothing for you right now, Uncle Buck.
So how are we doing on our goal? What did we have a goal, or is it just as much as we can get?
It was just as much as we can get. I will show you what happened to my my town. I have to get back to my Legal Vices. Did you see Sarah Boone was on a Nickelodeon game show when she was younger?
Yeah, I had a couple of people. I think Island was the one that sent me the. Someone else mentioned it. Island sent me the link to the video. That was kind of odd.
Yeah. Flash Fan sent me the link to a video, and then apparently there's been some other stuff, and Jess found high school pictures of hers.
I haven't seen the high school pictures.
So I have to open them back up because I was trying to close as many tabs as I could to for my brain fog to not kick in too bad.
Do you notice that me and Jeff are almost twinning tonight?
Oh yeah, hey.
Black rims, the green hat.
She almost looks like a normal person.
I know.
Wow. That doesn't really look like her. The kid on Nickelodeon, I was like, yeah, but then like she started smiling and talking, and I went, yeah, that's her.
Yeah. And Nickelodeon, I was kind of like, I looked at her and I was like, eh. And then all of a sudden she had that grin and it was like, oh yeah, that's her.
This almost doesn't look like her.
It's just her sophomore year.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit younger.
This one does.
Killer eyes. She's a murderer-ish, allegedly, maybe, possibly.
She's got that crazy. She's got those crazy eyes. Like she's got those crazy eyes. Yeah, Flash Fan just be finding all the stuff on the dark web.
But she's still not unattractive. I mean, if I was in high school, I wouldn't not date her.
That's part of the danger.
Yeah.
She lures you in.
I don't know.
False sense of security.
On that crazy hot scale, she's kind of in the middle. I mean,
The middle.
the eyes.
Oh,
I don't know.
Has anybody from her that went to school with her, have they come forward and said anything about her personality or anything?
Nah, they're all dead.
Not that I know of.
Yep. They're all stuck in lockers.
What about an ex?
They're all stuck in lockers. That's hilarious. So why I'm doing this stream, Jeff, this is my old house that I used to live in. And it's a small picture, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but like that is all the cars are underwater.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like that's kind of what we're dealing with. And the only thing that the government has done is send in the Army Corps of Engineers and the National Guard to help with the infrastructure. Other than that, there's nothing. It's been all local charities, people opening their doors, donating things. So I figured I don't have a big platform. I hit 450 subscribers today.
Sweet.
And I'm at like 2,100 watch hours. So we're getting there.
You're getting there.
But I figured even $300 is, more food. I can go to Aldi and I can buy some stuff with that food and donate that if they don't want cash. It's like,
yeah, cash. Donating cash is always one of those things. You're never really sure how much of it's actually going to go where they say it goes.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I picked local charities too that I know do work in the community. I mean, my mom volunteers for one of the food bank or the food pantry that I'm donating money to, but the other one is a church, and they have been keeping their doors open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., feeding people who have been helping with the cleanup efforts and people who have been affected. So I know the money going to them will just be refilling the pockets of what they've already spent.
Yeah.
So like at least I know like they've already been doing work. So the cash will be like, it'll just replenish what they've already done. So hey.
And I mean, flood damage is just
Ugh.
Pain
just
in the
a
ass.
bear to clean. If you can
Yeah.
clean it. I mean,
It's brutal.
stuff
And-
gets everywhere.
What I didn't think about the other day was someone was like, and it gets into the sewer systems, and then you have the sewage that gets into the water too. And I completely didn't even think of that.
If you go clean it up, you have to wear like the special gear. So you can only have like really able-bodied people. You have to have all the gear. Otherwise, everybody's getting shit all over them.
That's
While they're doing it.
when your basement floods because of flooding. It's not just flood water in there.
Yeah, well, luckily we don't have basements here, so
I'm a
that's,
duck. I'm used to having shit all over me. So,
I mean,
that is
at least you'd be able to go
having a
like-
septic tank system.
I mean,
septic
you
tank
can always
doesn't
go.
flood.
You can
Bad
always go
Duck's been
fishing for some
trolling
brown
me since
trout.
day one.
have you ever walked in a duck's pond? That's about like a septic system. So,
Yeah.
Did we not establish that I've been like here? We not established that I
you're a
Come
duck
on.
hunter.
yes, duck pond, duck pond, like
The face too.
duck pond. I've been with the ducks and with the snakes. Oh yeah,
He just does that to
the
hurt
other-
me. That's all it is. It's just to hurt me.
Yeah,
Is it one of your relatives?
the other
Yeah. That's cousin
the
Bob.
the other charity stream will be next week, and that will be for Rosalind's bail money. That'll be next Saturday. But
He's
I
gonna
didn't
be looking
realize
for
today
another
was,
room to duck into to put in the chat. The bathroom was the last location.
yeah. I didn't realize today was National Nonprofit Day. So it's kind of like perfect that we're doing this on this day. Yeah, the food bank and the church, Roy, are what I'm donating to, but Rosalind's bail money stream is next week. She's currently at an event with the Duke, and she's at dealing with country club people. So much fun. Yeah, not my kind of people. I'm more of like a corner bar, beer, Jack and Coke kind of people. Not
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned snakes.
Oh no!
Because I have this is something I keep on my office in the background while I'm working because it's just so fascinating.
Oh no!
You can share the screen here.
Oh no! Oh
See,
no!
This is it's the Colorado rattlesnake cam. And what
I'm
happened is
watching
this is an undisclosed place in Colorado. All we know is it's in Colorado, and they put up this camera a couple of months ago because somebody was walking around and they found a rattlesnake den, and they're estimating over 2,000 rattlesnakes are in this rattlesnake den.
Wow!
Oh, I didn't
And
know.
now apparently all of the females are pregnant. And so we could have up to 10,000 rattlesnakes by the end of the summer in this one place.
When Mr. Squid was working with the infrastructure in this, he was working on water systems, and he'd be walking around. Well, he saw a water moccasin den.
Oh.
And turned around and ran the other direction as quickly as he could back to his truck and said, "I'm not going over there anymore."
Yeah.
I mean, just from being up in the mountains of northern Utah, growing up there, had a few interactions with these little buddies here. And if you get really high up, you get up in the timber rattler zone, and those suckers will be 6, 7, 8 feet long.
Yeah.
Just meaty. They're delish too, though. But
yet another reason that I don't go to Colorado. Right there.
Yeah, I just watch this all the time in my office because it's soothing.
Cool.
Just day and night they have the cameras going. Yeah.
Okay,
Is that soothing or something?
No judgment.
No, they're just beautiful. Just the way they move. Just they're very, very graceful creatures.
They're actually from a snake perspective, they're actually a really attractive snake compared to some of them out there that are just,
it's true,
black and slimy, or some of the other looking ones. Those are, I don't know, kind of like a leopard gecko to a bearded gecko. They're just.
And we kind of get them all. We have like sort of all varieties of rattlesnakes there. Just the regular old Western diamondbacks are the most common up north in northern Utah. That's why I suspect this is probably somewhere in mid to southern Colorado, where it's just the timber rattler things. But man, I remember like my earliest account. There's this terrible trail where I live growing up, and you can do it's from point A to point B up Logan Canyon in northern Utah. You can either walk along the river, or you can go up along this we call it the Great Wall of China. I mean, it's where the major plate shift kind of did this. So there's like this gigantic sheer cliff that runs through a couple of mountains. You can walk along this ridge. So you've got the Riverside Trail or the Ridgeline Trail. And for some reason, my dad decided to let my older brother and I walk this Ridgeline Trail alone. I think I was probably 6 years old, maybe 5. I don't think I was 5. I think it was probably 6 or 7. And so that would put my brother like 11 or 12. And so we got about halfway along this hike. It was a good 2-hour hike, and it started raining. And that sort of washed out the trail. So we're kind of stumbling blindly along this timberline, looking for a way to get down into the campground. And I swear my brother said, "Jump." And so I ran and jumped. And then he punched me in the head really hard. He's like, "What are you doing? I told you to stop." And I'm, "What do you mean stop?" And apparently I had just about stepped into a rattlesnake nest with like a bunch of rattlesnake babies. he took me back just as they were slithering off. I'm like, oh, this is great. I remember being scared and starting to cry, and it's raining, and I'm wet, and I almost died from baby rattlesnake bites. That was my first encounter. But and then I got riding I always rode my bike to this reservoir to go fishing on the weekends and during summer vacation almost every day. It was a 30-minute bike ride. Just drove there, and it's a beautiful sunny day. I'm just out fishing, having a good time, and it was one of those inspiration moments, I guess. I don't know, because I was gonna reach back for some different lures, and just something said, don't do that, just turn around and look before you reach. Because my tackle box, it was a dark blue tackle box. I'd been the whole morning, I'd just been reaching back and getting salmon eggs or spinners or something, and something just said, stop and don't do that, just look before you leap. And I turned around, and there was a big rattlesnake coiled around my tackle box getting warm. So that sucker had snuck up on me at some point and just wrapped itself around my nice hot tackle box. And I remember screaming like a little girl, grabbing a rock, putting the snake to an end, and running away and not going back there for another year.
And yet you find watching the snake cam soothing.
Oh yeah, we used to catch them all the time. I always had pet snakes, and I'm bringing snakes home, and my mother's just like, oh god. It was like the garter snakes and blow snakes, and that's just what me and my brother did. We caught snakes.
The only interaction
in northern Utah.
The only interaction that I've had with snakes since I moved down here was running over one with my car, and one deciding it wanted to crawl into my air conditioning unit. And when the air conditioner started, it did not sound pretty at all. I thought it was like raining or like hail was hitting the side of the house. I made Mr. Squid go outside and look, and there was half a snake hanging out of our air conditioning unit. The tail was like,
oh, gross.
Like,
and Roy Lossinger here in chat, he makes a very, very interesting point.
Roy,
Western Diamondbacks are live births.
Roy donated another $90. We are up to $400.
Sweet.
So
Yes.
we are up to $400. Thank you, Roy.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks, they don't lay eggs. They give live births to their little snake babies.
Ugh.
No good deed goes unpunished. We've my neighbors, a couple of them had snakes in their yards and asked me if I knew what they were. And now instead of the neighborhood calling the fire department, they call me.
Nice.
So,
I don't do snakes. But then again, I don't do like any like reptiles or things like that because we have some skinks living in our storage room off of our carport, and it's I opened the door the other day and it ran at me, and I was like, it's yours.
Aw,
cute.
Just a little skank.
How big are your skinks?
Like, I don't know, like a foot.
Okay.
Okay, not a little skink. Okay, yeah.
Well, but like at least half of that is tail.
Yeah, half of it's
Right.
tail. I thought it was what was in my house one time, but that was a mouse that was in my nightstand. Yeah,
No.
I need to start Rosalind Duke and I have a show called the Nope Show.
Yeah.
That rattlesnake den cam is going to be on our next show. Nope. Nope. Have a good night. Night, Digger.
See you, Digger.
Like that's going to be on our next show.
stopping
Like,
by.
because we show all the gross, like we showed Tug's daughter's spiders, the pictures that he showed. Like that's another.
Yeah, that's. Has he showed some recently?
This was the last one's passed away.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he got
those
new
are
ones.
the only ones I've seen.
Yeah, and he showed pictures, and it was like, and hey, Manders, they're
I'm-
adorable to look at when they're not crawling at you. When they scare you because you open a door and they're running at you, it's like, okay, you can have it.
I
Can you
don't
see
mind.
me how hard I'm refraining from commenting on that comment just for you, Squid?
Yeah, see, I don't mind pictures. I don't mind pictures of spiders. I mean, there's, but that's kind of it. I don't need to get up close and personal with anything.
So speaking of like minding pictures, well, John, I'm jealous.
What?
We don't mind John's pictures. Okay.
Well, I was going to show you a picture of a spider that Hung Hero sent me, but this was in my Twitter DMs, and I'm going to come
Is it
on.
one of the cool ones from Australia?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not a
Those
spider.
shovelers?
Oh, no,
That's not a spider, yeah.
That
Why?
I'm
Why
not-
the abuse?
It's a family of 4.
Oh yeah, they were delicious too.
Oh,
Especially wrapped in bacon around a piece of jalapeno.
Oh yeah, duck poppers. They're the best.
Mm.
duck poppers.
Duck poppers.
Yeah.
You
Just
take
stuff
them
them with
and
cream cheese, you know.
yep,
Just
cream
Oh, yeah.
jam
cheese,
it down their
bacon, and
gullet.
jalapeno.
Same thing with the other picture, which are a bunch of grouse. So I get to.
John, do
So
you
pretty much
like
from-
not like me anymore, or what? What the hell?
There's more than one.
That's
So
one thing I
delicious.
never did. I never got into grouse hunting. That was about the only thing I didn't hunt when I was growing up. I don't know
What kind
why.
of ducks are these? Are these shoveler?
Dead ones.
Dead
Yeah,
ducks.
Yeah, those ones are. One or two of them are shovelers. The other one's
Sorry,
I'm trying to think.
Mr. Squid will be proud of me that I can identify a type of duck, because that's my fear with duck hunting is that they have limits on how many of each species you can get, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna shoot one. I'm gonna shoot the wrong thing because they move so fast.
Yeah.
That I'm
We
gonna
have
like.
we have two limits. One's it's 10 per day for regular non-sea ducks, and then 10 for sea ducks. And we don't get very many sea ducks here, so it's just
They
pretty
have
much 10 per day.
there's sea ducks.
Yeah, there's ducks that are like divers, ones that dive down into the water.
Like grebes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there's like a specific kind of duck that lives in the ocean. I was like,
It doesn't live in the ocean, but they mostly live on the ocean. So
Mm.
you got to be, if you're near the ocean, you got to be a little bit more careful. But tell you what, cleaning 4 or 5 ducks in a day is kind of.
It doesn't take too
It
long,
doesn't take
but it's just
no.
like
It
Yeah.
takes a minute.
we have one in our freezer that Mr. Squid wants to get mounted, but it's been there for like a year and a half.
it ain't getting mounted.
Probably freeze dried by now.
Yeah,
No, it's a gorgeous wood duck. See, and
It
those
was.
are all female. I think the ones that the picture he sent me. Birds are weird. The males look gorgeous, and the females are like, nah. Like they have no
Yes.
color. They're gray.
That's because they need to hide. They're the ones with the babies.
That is
They're the
true.
important
Well,
ones.
that and the dudes have to impress the chick ducks, so you know.
Exactly.
John, I'll send you a picture on Twitter later. But Mr. Squid, every new species he gets, my friend paints a picture. So we have paintings of every species that he's shot. So check Discord. Uh-oh. No.
What?
So the cool thing is last year I took my 9-year-old out at the time, and he got his first duck. He was
That's
pretty
awesome.
happy.
There we go.
Oh,
Aw.
Look at his
Jenny
fluff.
and Larry. They like peas and carrots.
There we go.
is that 2 different breeds?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. The
Wait a
white
minute.
one's a pekin, but it's got the, for lack of better terms, fro, which is a genetic side effect thing, and then the other one is an Indian runner. So they stand more up on their back feet. But yeah, they like took to each other almost right away, and then stayed mated to each other for years.
Hmm.
But
8 love
Yeah.
grand.
And the thing is I don't like birds. So like even when I was picking the one up
What
that
do you like?
I got, I'm like, yeah, I like dogs and cats and like, you know, we have chickens. I don't mind chickens, but like,
I hate to break this to you, but they're a bird.
yeah, but like, I'm not a huge, okay. I'm not a huge fan of picking something up that I unalived.
Mm.
Like when it's living, it's fine. But like, you know, even the mouse
Well,
that was in our house, it was in the living room in full rigor mortis, and I wouldn't touch it.
well, it's so weird because it's so much different. Like when you're hunting ducks and whatever, to versus having ducks and chickens and having to put one of them down for whatever reason, you know, whether it be food or something happened, you just gotta, you know, get rid of the misery. But it's a total different mind game that goes on, you know. So I hated it. I hated always having. I didn't mind go out and hunting, but I hated putting down my own animals.
Well, I wouldn't mind going out and hunting, but I don't like even when I went duck or dove hunting, like the dove when it's alive doesn't bother me. The dove after I unalived it, I had a hard time.
Well, see, that's interesting. I'm kind of sort of that way, and I can pinpoint. I was always hunting from the time I was able legally to until I moved here to Korea when I was 19. But basically, I stopped hunting around 18 because I shot a deer. It was a beautiful shot and a beautiful day, and it took zero effort. It was a hunter's dream. Me and my friend had set up our tent in this draw that we knew the deer were going to be coming down if they want to get water in the morning. And back then, Utah's the start of the day was either 8 a.m. or when the sun starts to crest the mountain, and that's what woke me up was the sun kind of starting to come into the tent, and I unzipped the tent to go to the bathroom, and this beautiful deer was just standing about 15 feet away drinking from this little stream. And if you plan to wake someone up by discharging a 308 about 2.5 feet from their head, they don't like it. Because I just snuck back in the tent, pulled the rifle, and just kind of racked the bolt, and bam, the deer dropped instantly. My friend Sean just about had a heart attack, which I don't blame him.
Probably would have had a heart attack.
We're done. Time to go home.
Not only did your gun discharge, but so did Sean. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the first deer of the season without even leaving my tent. It was awesome. But I don't know. There was just something about that deer and that time when oh my God, I think I just shot one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And that kind of turned me off to hunting for a bit. Then I moved to Korea, but now I really miss hunting. But the one thing I still can't do is I can't eat something if I see it killed. And it was just because of that. And they're big. I call it meat and eat. They're big on meat and eat here in Asia. It's like, here, you order a fish. Is this the fish you want us to murder? I'm like, I don't need to meat this thing before I eat it. just go. If I watch something killed, I can't eat it. It's just a weird thing.
When I was in Korea, it was like that. I was only there for like 4 days, but like it was you walk down the street and like you see living things, and then you're like, oh, they're like, here, we'll just off it right here, and here you go. And I'm like,
you're guaranteed to have fresh seafood here. I mean, you just like whenever we go to this to eat sushi or sashimi or whatever with friends, you just kind of gather around and go, I'll have this one and this one. I'll just go get the table, and I'll wait for you guys. Just bring back whatever. I just don't need to see it die. It's a weird thing. It's purely psychological, but I can't do the meat and eat.
You mean they unalive it at the sushi bars there? They unalive things?
Yeah.
They'll do like octopus with the tentacles still moving. They move for quite a while though.
Oh yeah, it's called sannakji here. It's they take little little octopus, and they just chop them up right in front of you, and then they pour sesame oil on it, and it's still the tentacles are still doing this when they get it to your plate.
Yeah, the body is dead, but the brain doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, and then you put the salty soy sauce on it, and that causes the reactions as well. And a couple people every year die because they'll get the suckers caught in their throat and choke. It'll just stick to the side of the throat. That's why you're supposed to do it with like chasers of soju and things to make sure the tentacles don't stick to your throat. It's really good.
Isn't that what Danny was
You just
talking
can't
about?
watch them.
Yeah.
I would claim to be allergic to fish. So, yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
Like, nope. I don't
I
know.
was against
It's purely psychological too with me. Like I can see something, anything, a mammal, whatever, alive, and it's fine. But the minute that it's like, I'll pick up my chickens and I don't have an issue. But like, we had one of our chickens die, and Mr. Squid put it in the trash can, and I wouldn't even put garbage in the trash can. Like I'm that weirded out by it. I don't know why. They're alive, they're fine. But once they're unalived, I'm like, nope. Can't get near them. It's weird.
I was against sushi for a long time. I even commercial fished, caught the fish that they turned into sushi, and it's like, no, I don't want to eat my fishing bait.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
even
now
when
they're all radioactive and have the parasites in their mouth and all that weird stuff that goes on. Is like, nope.
Roy.
Well, that was me with caviar. Oh, go ahead.
Bet Laura Owens would not get anything except twins stuck in her throat.
Ew. That was me with caviar for a while. I just because that was the main salmon eggs were like the main bait I would use fishing as a kid. I'm like, I don't want to eat bait, but now give me some good caviar and I'm all over that.
I watched it being I watched it being made all the time when I was in Bristol Bay. They had their little corner where all the fish eggs would go, and I'd watch them salt it and all that stuff, and never even tried it.
That's good. That's the beauty of having a bunch of Russian friends. It's like someone's always bringing caviar somewhere. Delish.
I don't know. Like seafood and me, like I can fish and I'll eat fish, but like that's the only seafood I'll eat. I can't eat it. Like I don't know, just doesn't taste good to me. But like crab, or when I went to, I don't know if it was Korea or it was somewhere. It was Malaysia, but I went to a McDonald's and I thought I ordered what I thought was a fish fillet. It was a fillet of crab. And if I would have been expecting it, it probably would have been good. But like when you don't understand the language and you just see pictures, it's like I want that. And that was
it's like generic seafood.
Yeah, Korea will do shrimp burgers. They'll do like shrimp patties.
I mean, shrimp is another thing. Like if it's breaded and fried and the tails are removed, like I can.
Shrimp's a pain in the ass to eat. That's its only problem.
I don't see it in
peeling the shells and the legs. If you take the legs off and peel the shell off for me, I'll eat it in any form. I just don't
peeling, debating, all of the like messing around with it sucks.
I'm a Crawdad fan.
Well, when I was in the military and I was cranking in the galley, I was holding, it was Sunday, so it was steak and lobster day. We had crab legs and they boiled them in butter and they picked them up and they dropped one on my arm. And like, I'm sitting there holding this like 30-pound container with crab legs in it. And one is on my arm, like burning me.
Oh,
ever since then, I've never been able to eat crab legs. I don't know if it's like the thought of like having to crack them open and like, or if it's the fact that I got burned and I'm just like, no. But if you take it out and you shell it and it's just meat, it's fine. This is a first world problem stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. First world problems. Like, but not having
Everybody,
power.
we're hunter gatherers here. This isn't the first word problem. They go to the restaurant and eat their duck, and we catch them and kill them and clean them and cook them ourselves, just like cave people.
Yeah, it's those people that are against hunting, but they'll go to the grocery store and buy meat. And I'm like, where do you think that comes from? Somebody had to unalive it somewhere along the lines.
Oh, that's one of my favorite Ozzy Osbourne quotes. So he was addressing funny rumors about him, and he said that one of the weirdest rumors you'd heard about him was he had to saw the legs off a Doberman pincher before he could perform on stage. He's like, yeah, right. Like the Doberman is just going to sit there while I saw its legs off. And he said, these are the same people that eat their Kentucky Fried Chicken. He said, I hate to tell you this, but someone did something terrible to that chicken at some point.
I'm not looking forward to the day when we have to explain to baby squid that the chicken she eats are like the same as what's outside and gives you eggs every day.
No, that's just something you got to do. I mean,
Yeah.
you youngsters, do they still do 4-H in school in the States?
Oh
In
yeah,
Wisconsin, they do.
Okay.
they even do it up here in Alaska.
Yeah, Nebraska
4-H,
does it.
The future farmers. I mean, that's just all we did. The future homemakers, the future farmers, and the 4-H. That's all we did up in northern Utah. That's just something you do. Is you raise your pig for the county fair. He gets its ribbon, or they get, and then you go, okay, here now let's take it to the packing plant and eat Wilbur. You know, you're just taught that's life. You know,
My little cousin
And wave
sold a
and
cow.
cry at the end of the fairs.
Yeah. My
I didn't
little
catch
cousin
all that.
sold a cow this past year, made a good bit of money, and got some meat. Like,
we'd always do that. We'd raise a cow with the neighbors, and then in the winter take it down to the butchers, and you take half, we take half, and we all eat meat. You just teach the kids it's just part of the food chain. It's just part of the circle of life.
Yeah.
Well, we used to always get the ones from our neighbors and farmers that had pigs and cows and stuff. And if the processing plants won't take them if they've got some sort of defect or some sort of injury, things like that. And yeah, the last one, me and a buddy got 220-pound pig. So we had bacon for.
Nice.
We processed it all ourselves, but yeah, we had bacon for a while. So.
That was the guy that we'd raised the cows and pigs with. He would also go to Alaska and do salmon fishing for a couple of months a year. Just bring back just the most amazing smoked salmon and canned salmon, and oh my god, it's hard to go back to tuna fish when the canned salmon runs out.
Right.
Oh, only a little bit. It's a good thing it's salmon season right now.
I love salmon.
Oh, I adore it.
Was it like it's funny? Koreans are big in the sashimi and sushi and things. I don't do like raw white fish. I don't do really well because it just sort of tastes like rubber. But you get a good pink fish like tuna or salmon, so good raw, or even just lightly smoked.
Wild caught is what I go for.
Honestly, I just go for whatever's the cheapest in the grocery store right now because it's all freaking expensive.
Yeah.
I just take a slab of butter with me, or a stick of butter, and go out and catch a bass and wrap it in foil, throw it in the fire.
Oh, that's what's fun
the
here
way
is
to do
just
it.
walking down the ocean. Because I literally live on the corner where a river meets the ocean. It's like right there. So
Nice.
out this window, I have the river. Out this window, I have the ocean. And you just walk along the ocean with the people fishing. They'll be fishing for whatever just happens to grab the net. And it's always something about this big. But the Koreans, they'll have a little pot of ramen boiling right behind them. They'll grab the fish, get it, you chop its head off, and just drop it in the ramen right there. Or the gross ones, I call them. They're the ones that'll just like skin the fish and just pop it in their mouth and catch another one. But yeah, you just drop it in the pot and cook the soup right behind them while they're fishing. And just gotta make their
I
own fish
say
stew
that's
or fish ramen.
disgusting, but then again, people in Wisconsin eat raw beef, so you know.
Oh,
That's
you get a
bad.
good steak tartare prepared nicely. Oh my god, it's so good.
No, when I mean raw beef, I'm
Try
like
it. Try it.
get
You get a
ground
nice,
beef from the butcher
a
and
nice
slap it on
90,
some rye bread
10.
with some onions and down the hatch.
Oh god, like with in Korea, like the raw beef, the UK is called. It's like a good 90, 10, 80, 20 beef, just ground up very nicely. Put it in a nice little pile, put sesame oil on it, some chopped onions on top. Oh, so good.
I used to eat
It just
raw beef
melts in your
and
mouth.
garlic salt.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That
so
was
good.
good.
Now,
So
Buck,
rich.
try it. Find a good place that sells steak tartare and try it.
Oh, it's
Do they do anything to prepare it though? I mean, do they smoke it? Do they do anything?
No, it's just raw. Like I said, you put the soy sauce on it, a little bit of raw onion on top, some garlic, maybe if you want a little like a gochujang pepper paste on the side. But no, it's just room. It's usually kind of cold. It's usually just this side of thawed to room temperature, somewhere in between there, and it really is so good.
yeah. In
I was
Wisconsin,
resistant to eating it.
in
but then I
Wisconsin,
had
it's
to.
fresh sirloin and rye bread.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to deny
Really
that
good.
it's probably good tasting, but I just can't.
No,
I
it took
just
me
immediately
years
go,
to try it.
bacteria. No.
That-
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have to get it from a reputable butcher
Right.
or
Oh,
catch it
definitely.
yourself if it's fish.
I also feel like the texture would be my problem.
It's actually not that.
It's not really a weird texture. Like I said, it took me years before I would try it because I was on the nope train, and then I went, all right, and then, oh my god, this is good. But yeah, the texture isn't. It's not a weird texture. It just kind of feels like meat.
I have to close this. I still have the picture of the ducks up.
Of course you did.
Ducks are your friend. Quit shooting us.
Then don't be so damn delicious.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
you got about
I don't know, I
another
mean, Ducks
10
a
more
little
days.
gamey, but it's okay.
Yeah, 10 more days. Come September 1st, all bets are off.
I know I don't leave the house during those months.
When I went to China, that was the first time I had Peking duck or whatever they call that.
Yeah. Oh.
Pecan,
And
yeah.
I couldn't figure it out because I'm going, what part are you supposed to eat? And they're just feeding me skin. And I'm just going, what?
Oh, that's the first thing. Yeah, they cut that crispy skin off, and oh my
Mhm.
god, that is so good. And then they just shave off the pieces, and
I've never had duck served like that. We just make poppers all the time.
Yeah. This
oh wait,
this
so
year I'm
like
actually,
I thought duck poppers was like a joke thing. No, it's like a real
Uh-uh.
thing.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Yep, wrap it in
do you
They're
make?
excellent.
bacon, jalapeno, and cream cheese.
So he's like cut it into like a thin piece and wrap it up.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So you
Yeah.
take a jalapeno, cut it in half, gut it, cream cheese in the jalapeno, and then you'd lay slice about 1 inch by however long the jalapeno is. Lay it on top, wrap it up
Oh,
with
all right.
bacon. Throw a couple of toothpicks in there. You can either put them on the grill or you can put them in the oven. Cook 'em
Grilled
up
is better.
for- Yeah, well, obviously, it's always better.
I'd love something.
Sounds delish.
We have duck in our freezer. I should probably thaw some out.
I'm looking at you, bad duck.
Feel the love.
So whenever
No,
you
I gotta-
tell me, I just say, remember, we're a duck hunting household.
Yeah, I gotta ask Jeff this now because this came up
What's
in
that?
the past. Were you born in 68 or 69?
69, July of 69.
July 7th, right?
5th, July 5th.
5th. So you're
Yeah.
11 days older than me.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
cool.
I was laughing. I was like, man, we're like so close together.
And I weirdly have a lot of friends that were born on July 12th for some reason.
Really.
So,
The little is the 26th.
Oh.
Was apparently born when my mom was watching the Apollo mission lift off for the moon. So.
Oh wow! You just send her right into labor, did it?
Right. Well, that probably
explains a
explains a
lot.
few things, but
I was born 9 months to the day after Christmas.
oh wow.
I mean, figure that one out.
Or 3 months to the day before Christmas. Makes it sound
That's
closer
a
to
valid
Christmas
point.
that way.
Yeah, that's a cool point. Yeah.
Well, the gestational period puts it
Yeah.
right about Christmas time.
Well, that is the theory is why. I mean, there's a lot of people in Utah that have June and July birthdays. It starts to get really cold around November.
Right.
There's not a lot else to do.
No comment. Yeah, it's okay. There's some things in life I don't want to know.
Come on,
We
Papa
don't-
Squid. We
we
want to see you
Squid.
get her all grossed out. Let's do
So
it.
Legal Vices, when you see Mama Squid and Papa Squid in the chat, those are actually my parents.
Oh, hi,
They like
hi,
to
Mom
hang
and Dad.
out. Yep. It's entertainment for everybody. A couple people thought they were trolls, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
You might be a troll, but that's actually my dad.
Your mom and dad are super cool. They're fun in chat.
They try. Their whole goal in life is to embarrass me now that I'm in my 30s. So, like,
Only
Smart
now that you're in your
parents.
30s?
well, because now it's now I'm on the internet, so they can do it to a whole lot more people.
Yeah.
Bigger
Well, see,
audience.
I'm pushing.
People
40,
wonder
so
why I don't
care
tell my
anymore.
family what I'm doing.
Did you,
Right,
oh,
you
Legal Vices,
don't.
did your family ever find out that you have
Oh,
a
no.
YouTube channel?
Of course not.
Yeah, when you're streaming 5 feet behind your sister, you're like, oh, hey, sis. I'm just talking to some random people on the phone.
I'm doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
How do they not figure it out though?
I just don't think it enters in their radar to check.
That's true too.
Is my dad or is my brother on YouTube? Let me find out.
Yeah, they probably don't really watch any of it at all. So there's no like chance of them really finding out.
Yeah, well, my younger brother almost found out. I don't know how he didn't, because we watch kind of the same things, but he was watching. He watched a little bit of the Johnny Depp stuff, and then
Oh yeah.
I know he watches. He used to watch Recatus on the time, and then when Nick's thing happened, he said he was looking to see what other YouTube lawyers said about it. And so I'm like, we came close. Had I not kept my mouth shut,
Rosalind says, "Wait, hold on. Jeff is still ashamed of us."
Yeah, total shame, total ashamed of everybody.
Where's she ducking out to now? Where's she hiding? The club.
I don't know. Rosalind, where are you hiding? Jess, this is our answer. The Bailey hearing dropped. Flash fan will send me a link.
Who's Bailey, and why are they having a hearing?
So Mia Bailey, a transgender woman from St. George, Utah.
Oh,
unalived her parents.
Yeah, no, this happened quite literally next door to my niece.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Like
I've been
next door to
following
my niece.
that case, and if the trial is streamed, I'll be streaming that trial because that's quite the interesting take.
yeah.
The hatred for the parents. I don't understand the family dynamic.
They didn't accept her lifestyle, so she got rid of them.
I originally didn't know that she was trans when I started looking at this case when FlashFan sent it to me, and then I read an article on it, and I'm like, oh, that might explain the dislike and the family dynamic. But like, you can not agree with someone's lifestyle and still not kill them. Just
Yeah,
Like-
I don't
Oh, yeah, she
know,
took shots
you
at her
know.
brother too. It was kind of like, if he lived, he lived.
It is the 2020s, so that's kind of seems like part of the deal lately. So if you don't like him, just kill him. I'm joking.
Yes.
Trying to find the tweet from my niece. My two nieces live together. They're like right there. Like, oh, you know, so
That's crazy.
I can't find the message, but it was something like, "Oh my gosh, somebody just shot their parents next door to us." Then they're searching for them.
Yeah,
It's
it's
wild.
when I
Was
got
this
the
one where
the
she took off
documents
in
and
the
I looked
car?
at it and it said Mia formerly Colin, I was like, wait, what? I didn't understand what that meant at first. My naive self. And I had to like, oh, I don't want to do this to y'all, but I had to look at this, so y'all do too. Just sent me this picture.
Spider? Spider? Yeah, Huntsman.
That's a big one.
He wasn't
nope,
even
you burned
a
the
big
house
one.
down. Nope.
Yeah, that's not a Huntsman.
Which one is that?
I'm pretty sure that's a huntsman.
It would be a baby
Hell
Huntsman, though.
no.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty narrow legs, so.
Yeah, it's maybe like, I don't know how to say it in inches, but like 10 centimeters, 12 centimeters, or something like that.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, he would like
Huntsman
fight the
spiders are awesome.
cockroaches.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the pictures, but in real life, that'd be a much different situation.
We did have like a mother
don't know.
one that lived in the garage, and it was like this big, that was huge. And then it
Awesome.
like hatched a sack of eggs, and I just woke up to like little tiny baby huntsmans all over the ceiling. There's like 200 or 300 that are birthed or
That's the
hatched.
stuff of nightmares.
And it was like a horror movie. I was like making my toast, and then I felt this little like ticka 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 on my shoulder, and then I was like, oh, there's a spider. And then I was like, oh, there's another spider. And then I looked up, and I was like, oh shit.
Okay,
Yeah, but
that'd be where a
Huntsmen
heart
are-
attack happens.
They're not venomous to humans, though, if I understand correctly, right?
They have like this guy here
Burn the
has
house
like some
down.
pretty big pincers, but he
Mhm.
never like did anything to me. He would come and hang out in my room, which was annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hero, you had to send me that again. Okay. Yes. Ugh.
That, yeah.
Oh,
that's like it though.
Oh, that's so cute, but just keep it away from me.
Yeah,
Oh, this is like
Nope.
bringing
I
back
had to see it, so y'all did too.
I made
that
I
actually
made the
looks
mistake
cool.
of
I'm not gonna be able to sleep
I made
tonight.
the mistake of one stepping spider that was just sitting there, and I was like, "What the hell's that thing doing?" And I kicked it, and it didn't move. So I, well, I'll put it out of its misery. And I stepped on it, and it just exploded all over my
Yep.
foot.
True
That is the
story.
stuff of nightmares.
As
Yeah.
I'm sure Jingleberry is aware, being from that neck of the woods, that's like Peter Jackson is terrified of spiders, and that's why when he made the Shelob for Lord of the Rings, he based it on the New Zealand tunnel web spider, because he's like deathly afraid of them.
They're
True
freaky.
story, guys. A few years ago, I did not know that the plug in my trunk of my car was missing, and
Oh no.
the water plug, and I guess a couple black widows got in there in my
Oh,
car
God.
and laid
Oh, jeez.
a couple of nests, and I was getting like I couldn't figure out what's happening to me for a couple of days. Was getting like these little itty bitty tiny bites.
No.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm driving home, and I start seeing throw webs. I knew what baby black widows look like, and I just almost crashed my car getting into an Arco station. Called 911. Proceeded to probably every cop car in the area, and we called Auto Club, and every Auto Club tow truck driver had to see this. They were trying to figure out what would be the longest flatbed they had to take my car home. And there's a
You
picture.
just let it on
of all
fire.
these-
I was just here at a gas station. I know a good way to get rid of the spiders.
Right?
It gets better.
Just light it on fire.
It gets better. There is a picture of myself, all the tow truck drivers, and all the cops at the Thousand Oaks Crash Wall Auto Club. I'm famous. I've had bees in my car. It's just
Yeah.
wow.
If it's got more legs than a dog, it's not my friend.
Yeah.
I can handle 0, 2, and 4 legs, but anything more than that, I don't need to be around it.
Oh,
One
Yeah,
leg?
I could agree with that.
Well, if there's something that's got one leg, I'd be a friend of it. But you know,
Be
and that
open
doesn't
to-
mean like take an ant and pull all the legs off and leave one there.
ew.
It's still an ant.
Wasn't thinking that, but okay.
Ants are not nice. Come on.
So this is what Rosalind won.
What is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, going, why?
It's a some sort of ceramic larva for putting plants in. I guess it's a larva vase.
What's hanging out the side?
I,
It's
Drawstrings,
like leather
apparently.
string. Yeah.
do you turn it like? What happens if you turned it on its side? Is it like? I don't know. I don't know.
Ceramic.
Congratulations.
Project?
That looks like something I made in like 3rd grade art class. Mm.
It kind of looks like the honey pots that used to be in like Winnie the Pooh.
It's true, but only if it was like the top half or the bottom half. Take the
Yeah.
top half off.
We're not jealous, Rosalind. What the hell is it?
Yeah.
You put your weed in it. Man, there's
Yeah, I don't feel
Congratulations.
comfortable looking at that.
potpourri.
Potpourri.
Paint it green and call it a pickle and send it to Tug.
Rosalind, tell us what it is.
Stuck a grenade on a beehive or something. I'm lost.
Was there a description?
White elephant gift.
Unsung hero. It could be a modern art masterpiece. That's the scary part.
I'm with JKD Buck. It's a white elephant gift.
It makes the
Give it away
cartoon.
at a white elephant party.
Bustable's car.
I made a boo-boo donation. Oh,
I'm kind of scared to ask how much it went for.
Right?
I don't mean to insult the person who made it, but like, why?
Well, it
art,
probably
Jim.
does something. I assume it's a vase. It can't be. It'd be a bad vase because it's really tall and not very wide. It'd be kind of top heavy.
conversation piece.
That it definitely is.
Mm.
I mean,
It's art.
it's something. What are you gonna do with it, Rosalind? After like,
Your mug.
Beer.
you should post it on Twitter and say wrong answers only. What is this?
Does it have a name?
I mean, I feel really bad for the person who made it because they probably love it and it's probably like their masterpiece. And I just look at it and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, does it hold a wine bottle? Could you like hide a wine bottle inside of it?
Huh. Interesting.
She's not
Oh,
giving us
boy.
anything.
I,
I just want access.
Interesting.
it's a good target. I mean, only a one-time target, but
Stevie Wonder's work. Oh my god.
Wow.
Hmm.
you're the best.
Maybe on the wine. Oh.
Were they high when they made it?
Yeah,
One too many
or
gummies?
something?
Oh, if it was made by an artist, they were definitely high. Every artist I've ever met's high.
That's true.
I just like to point out that I'm not the degenerate today. That would be Squid today that's being the bad one.
I was a sailor, so I mean, like, there ain't nothing I haven't heard or said or,
True. Yep.
like, I don't get
Girls.
offended by any of that stuff because I've probably
no.
said most of it myself.
Yep.
Like, I don't know.
Is it firm or is it like
I keep trying to turn my head to see if it like there's like a
Right.
different interpretation, but the top half just looks like a mummy when I turn my head to the side. Like it's like
Oh yeah. It's a Minecraft mummy.
I mean
maybe
Slovakian
it's like
paper pot.
I really want to see the top.
Frankenstein?
Hey, I've got a Minecraft mummy sound.
It's that prized vase that great grandma gave you, and it's like, thanks. You know?
Yeah.
I have socks for Christmas instead.
Rosalind, do you know what the drawstrings are on the side? Is there a purpose to those, or they're just decorations?
It has both.
It needs.
Well, if she would tell us, if she would answer some questions, you know.
Smile. I mean,
I tell
It
you,
does.
it's like a breed between, you know, a mummy and Frankenstein.
Actually, you know what? I think I've seen
It
this.
has balls. Yeah, there it is.
I think I've seen this. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. It's like one of the live animals on the second one or the third one that they did.
Didgeridoo. What's
Didgeridoo.
coming out of the top? Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
What's coming out of the top? Is that paper?
That's a loaded question, Papa Squid.
Leave it to my father to ask a loaded question.
Nope, no purpose. No purpose.
It looks
There's
pretty.
gotta be something.
Because I'm flashlight.
It's got to be something. That's a yeah.
Lavender's in there.
inside of it.
The
Okay.
ceramic light.
I mean,
Well,
What are you gonna
Unsung,
do
is
with
that what
it?
happens? Is that what happens when you mummify a fleshlight? It turns into that.
I don't know. Wouldn't know. That I can't.
Was that a first throw or a second? It looks like it came off a potter's wheel, definitely.
Yep.
Oh,
Chotsky.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosalind, I just got your picture. I gotta email it to myself, and so it's on my computer. Because somebody in the group chat makes everything green and means I can't get it on my computer. She drew a face on it. Like, I just can't. Like, I just can't. Rosalind. Just Rosalind.
Are you
Let's see
trying
if
to
I
pull
can
it up?
share this one instead? Oh, come on. Let's see.
I'm still confused. I'm just like, huh?
Oh, nope. So apparently I still had that picture of that spider open, and it was not. Nope.
Don't be mean to Harry.
Okay, I have to do something where I don't dox myself. Ah,
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
this Maya Bailey, are they showing the full hearings?
yeah.
Huh, where does one find those?
I can send you the link.
Yeah,
It
Is it-
gets sent to me. Therefore,
because the only videos I've seen is the one where they arrested her in the field when it first happened.
How many incidents have there been this year where the kids like lost it and shot the parents? Hasn't there been multiple?
Oh, much better. Much better.
Much better.
Uh,
Much better.
Now it is a Minecraft zombie.
Yeah. It's a creeper.
I like it more now.
Makes sense
Time
now.
to get some permanent kraut.
The anxiety's gone.
Why?
See, the thing is, Rosalind probably actually made this and was putting up there expecting us to give it accolades, and now we're just making me feel bad.
She got it from a fundraiser, so she has to probably act like she loves it.
Yeah, I got this from a fundraiser. She's probably like, "Why isn't anybody buying my art?"
Damn it! I thought I was gonna get rid of this thing finally.
I'm sorry. Rosalind's a better artist than that.
True.
Well, I think she did pretty good on the moment.
I mean, Don, what did you send me?
That's from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. One of them's a cucumber, and I just sent you the leak.
That's how you know my child is too young for that.
Buck says it looks like Michael Palin for some reason. In what world does this look anything like Michael Palin?
Just squint your eyes and go like this. Yeah, it looks
It's super, it comes up super small, and I can't make it bigger.
That's what she said.
I walked right into that one.
She did.
I walked right into that one.
Have
Like-
fun at the dive bar.
Have fun at the bar, Rosalind. Drink one for that that base.
That just reminds me of the saying that if you're brave enough, anything can be used.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't do it.
Her parents are in chat, so I'm not going to.
Hunter Biden
I would
stash.
just like
I'm putting the
to
chat.
point out that I am not the degenerate today. It's those guys over there.
It's me. I'll take credit. Anybody who knows me
I'll
knows
catch
I'm a
up.
degenerate. But you know,
Well,
I
I
don't
kept
claim
everybody
to be
here for an
anything
extra
different.
hour. I don't want to make Squid die. I just didn't want to be left out. I felt left out.
I appreciate that. Flux was going to be here, but then her computer
Computer
broke.
exploded.
If she
Because I
dies,
woke up because it
she
was too
dies.
hot at 6 o'clock in the morning. I turned the air conditioner off and I didn't put the fan on me when I went to sleep. So I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. It was just sweating bullets. I mean, the pillow was just soaked. I'm like, ugh. And it took another 2 hours to go to sleep. So I was watching Flux. Well, I watched her for 6 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
And then texted a few things back and forth. And then finally the temperature dropped and I fell back asleep. And then I woke up and I literally just went, okay, I got to go do my thing. Sat down, turned the computer and just like, all right, everybody, we're leaving. I'm like, no, I just got here.
New mascot for the Nope show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Nope art.
And then Mo was supposed to be here, but she was starting to feel sick yesterday and canceled her streams. So I'm assuming she just doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Her voice is
Well,
going
that
out
monkey
again
pox
today.
is going
I haven't
around.
been sick.
The crappy part is everybody else in this house feels great now, and I'm the one who's like struggling. And it's like I'm not the one who got us sick. Mr. Squid brought it home from work, and yay! Like
Here
I'm tired
we
of
are.
getting gifts. Like last Valentine's Day, he gave me the flu. The Valentine's Day before that, he gave me COVID. Like I'm tired of like no more gifts. Like I will be happy if I never get anything from him ever. Just don't share your illnesses, because he's over it in 2 days. She's over it in 2 days, and it's been a week. And I'm like, you know,
Bye, Rosalind.
bye, Rosalind. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Ron.
But let's be real. It's much better to get sick from your spouse than to get sick from your child, because once they've gotten something, they like mutate it into this evil parent killer virus thing, and it's brutal.
Well, I'm not sure who I actually got COVID from, if it was him or the little, because she had COVID at 6 months. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
that was why Mia's Maya's case meant so much to me, is because I was gaslit by the doctors, because I used to work in the medical field, and I was gaslit by the doctors when I brought her to the hospital with COVID, and she like the doctor was like, well, he didn't have the vaccine and this is why she got COVID, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, just stop.
Doesn't matter.
Just tell me what I need to do and
Treat
stop
my
trying to
child.
like, you know.
Preach, yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
like the fact that I gave my opinion,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
which is the same thing that Beata did, and it was like, yeah, healthcare professionals don't like it when you give your opinion, especially when your
They don't
opinion
agree
is
with you,
telling
yeah.
them that they're
Mhm.
jerks. Yay, because
Got to stand up for yourself with medical professionals.
I was a medical professional, so I know
I
how
know,
shit's
I know
supposed to
you
work,
were, but
and that ain't
No.
it. Like,
no.
But did you ever test on this round to see if you had COVID again?
I didn't.
Because it's going around. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
that
going
new
around again.
strain is it's highly contagious. I mean, it's like any other strain. It's not horrible, but it does hang on. And I mean, it took a few
At least
weeks
3 or
for
4
me to,
people I work with have had it.
Mm.
yeah, it's like
I never
something
even thought about it this
NL1
time,
or something.
because this is this is literally just a cough, and I started with a sore throat.
Yeah.
I had a cough
That sounds like that
and
variant.
stuffy.
Yeah.
But that sounds like
That sounds.
whole,
It
sounds like
does.
8 other viruses too. Like
It is, but that is tailored for some reason. That's that exact variant. Because I was the same way. I was like, oh, I got a cold, and I had an appointment, and I called to reschedule, and they told me, they're like, did you take a test? I'm like, no, and they're like, you need to, because rumors going around already in the medical field of how it's spreading pretty quick.
And now you
So-
have to pay for the test because it's no longer a government emergency.
Oh,
And
it will be
and it
again.
costs for a
80
test.
days till
Oh,
the
yeah.
election.
No, we
No,
have
it's
monkeypox
monkeypox.
right now, Jeff. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's monkeypox that's the problem now.
Oh, okay.
Didn't that
Stay
go
away from
around
the
a few
monkeys.
years ago?
That was
They tried to make it go around a few years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, there was something
But
about it a few years ago.
But the thing about it is, if you read the information on it, it only went around in one population. And if
monkey
you talked about
population?
that population, you were any variation of the ists that's going around, whether it be homophobic,
Yeah.
racist, this or
Oh.
that. They would throw around
Okay.
all those buzzwords that you were this, and it's like, no, that's literally what the information says.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Facts hurt.
You
Didn't you know that?
Yeah, facts hurt feelings. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try to do those Thursday night streams. I try to do them like from the guise of like, I'm not telling you to think any certain way. I'm giving you the information and trying to tell you to make your own judgments. But yeah, I'm an istophobe. That's gonna be my new catchphrase. I'm an istophobe. Whatever ist it is, that's me.
I'm an Instagram phobe. Does that count?
I know. Yeah.
Like I just try to present all the information and like let people make their own opinions about it.
All you
I
can
don't
do.
try to tell people. Like Flash fan, I'm gonna out you, but you are a young Democrat who is a darker skin tone than me, and you sat and watched the RNC with me every day. So like, you were kind of my inspiration for these streams. But sat and watched the RNC with me every day. Like, who would have thunk it? Someone in their 20s on the opposite side of the aisle wanting to sit down and talk to you. That's a big thing these days. And that's all I want to do is talk to people. Figure out the why.
He's easy to talk with too. He really is. Good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's the one who sends me all these cases. These random, like the witchcraft trial and the Mia Bailey case and then the Arizona case. Like, he's the one who sends them all to me. He's like, have you heard of this one? Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I'm
Heard of this
assuming
one?
the witchcraft kid killed his mom. I'm assuming he was found guilty.
Yeah. He didn't even show up to his trial.
Yeah.
All 3 days. Like, didn't even show up.
Yeah, JKD, all you got to do is use how's that working out in the prescription medicine industry?
That's
Because
the
all
only
them things that they've regulated for prices in that industry, and they're still expensive.
Send him on a
Well,
vacation to Venezuela.
Oh, that and even the medical field, because
Yeah.
the government sets their Medicare prices, and that's what they're going to pay, so they charge everybody else to cover them.
And whatever Medicare does, all private insurance companies use that as their
Model.
framework.
Starting off point, yeah.
Yeah. And you'll get like certain insurances like United and Cigna. Cigna's better than most, but like United and what's that one that oh crap, my grandmother had it. They don't like to pay for
Blue Cross-
rehab.
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
No, it's the green I can't remember the name of it. I'm losing all my insurance knowledge.
Allstate? No.
No, it's
No.
their health insurance, but their logo is green. I don't know what it is right now, but they don't like to pay for rehab, and they will literally lie to patients to their face and tell the doctor that you're not appropriate for inpatient rehab because you can't handle it. It's 6 hours a day. It's not 6 hours a day. I
No, I
can't
don't think it's
remember.
UMH. Because I had UMH and it was actually pretty. I mean, it wasn't as good as. It was weird because I worked for a university and we were all with Blue Cross Blue Shield and we had an awesome plan. And then they just saved money on the budget. They switched to UMH, and we
thinking of
lost some
Humana?
things. Sorry, what?
Was she thinking of Humana?
Yeah, Humana.
Yeah.
Humana is awful. If you ever need rehab, it is awful. Awful.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is getting pretty awful now.
And there's a reason, from a healthcare perspective, there's a reason why those Obamacare plans are so cheap. Is because they don't pay for shit.
No, they don't.
Cheap.
Like,
They aren't that
I had a
cheap.
patient. I used to go to rounds all the time, and when you used to sit across the table from the doctors and the caseworker and all this, the doctor wanted to put patients on a certain medication. They looked at them and was like, "You're gonna have to find another solution. Their insurance won't pay for it. It'll be like a $3,000 copay."
Yep.
And it's like,
Yep.
What insurance do they have? Oh, they have an Obamacare plan. Well, you get what you pay for.
So what's weird now though is you can get like that RX, plan thing for free and just use the codes on it, and then end up getting it at the discounted rates anyway. So I don't know how all that works behind the scenes, but for that type of situation, that's the way to go.
So when I had my second kid, paid for with insurance, ended up with like I think about $8,000 to $10,000 bill, somewhere around there.
Jeez.
And wife and I walked into the hospital and we're like, went to the finance department, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's see what we can get for you." And they just started going, "Okay, where's your, here's your tax return, bring that in, this, that, the other." Brought all the stuff in. They're like, "Oh, you made this much. Okay, we'll take off." And they just had a list of like how many $1,000 increments, and they're like, "Okay, we'll take off 50% because you only made this much this year." And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
It's
And
weird.
right off the get go.
I appreciate the
it's
itemized
nice.
bills. However, the VA paid for me, but they didn't pay for Baby Squid. Mr. Squid's insurance got her. Well, they considered, we had Cigna, and they considered the hospital in network, but the NICU doctors were out of network.
Yep.
So we got a $6,000 bill that they've been fighting with Cigna to pay for the last 2 years. And it's like,
That's been happening a lot.
and it's like they had a meeting, and it's not my insurance, so I made him sit down and him deal with it because it's his insurance. And the insurance company literally tried to get this this NICU partner, doctor group to lie and recode what they did because they didn't want to pay for it. And this lady's like, "I am not frauding my paperwork because you won't pay for something. That's not my problem. That's a you problem." Like,
Nah.
so part of the plan was to sue Cigna for trying to get for fraud, basically. I don't know what's going on with that, but it would be really nice if they would actually pay this bill, because I really don't want to pay $6,000 for something 2 years ago. Like, it's just freaking ridiculous.
That doesn't go against your credit rating or anything. Are they chasing you for it?
No, because they know it's not me not paying, it's the insurance company not paying. The problem is it was his insurance, but because we're not married, it was his insurance, but it was my name. So there was another confusion.
Paperwork.
Yeah, it's a paperwork nightmare. And Manders, yeah, I can definitely understand that. My grandmother was in the hospital for 8 months before she passed away. And like, I can't imagine the surgeries and all the tests she had. It was probably a good 15 to 20 million dollars worth of stuff.
In Jingleberry, and I just can't relate.
It's just insane.
Just can't relate.
Yeah, but here I use the VA, and here government healthcare would never work because of the fact that the VA is government run healthcare, and I had to file a formal complaint to find out that I needed brain surgery. So we're not doing too well with the government healthcare track record here.
My biggest hospital bill was 13 weeks stay in the hospital after a motorcycle accident, and $700 because I had a private room.
Yeah.
I agree. The world wants a healthcare system. They should seriously look at Korea. The U.S. especially should look at the Korean healthcare system. Everybody has a basic governmental, government provided healthcare system at a scaled rate. So if you make nothing, it's like $10 a month. I pay about $300 a month. So it's a total scale. Your basic rate guarantees everybody the same level of healthcare based on your salary. And if you want extras, you can get extras, and the extras are cheap. And so there's just it's an amazing mix of social medicine plus private medicine, and it's got my son, when he was 18 months old, because it's still 24 years ago almost, split his lip in half by being a stupid kid and falling into a bookshelf. I mean, literally like Predator split it in half, not cut it. Like, it was like 2 pieces of bottom lip. And
Cool.
it was on a Friday night in a typhoon about 3 days before we had to go on vacation. So the hospitals were empty because it was a typhoon, had just basic staff. That hospitals. We went to 3 hospitals that wouldn't take him, just because he was a child, and they just had the residents on staff. They're like, you need something more than we've got. So we called ahead to the local university hospital, and like, yeah, not in the middle of a typhoon in the middle of the night on a weekend. They suggested we go to a plastic surgery clinic. So we found one that was 24 hours. And of course, there was already someone whose plate glass window had exploded on them in their living room. And they like, okay, that takes precedence over our kid's lip. But they took care of him. And then the guy said, well, we can do this the national healthcare way or the private way. I'm like, okay, how much is the private way? And what's the difference? Well, under the healthcare system, the basic healthcare system, he gets 4 stitches, and you'll definitely be able to see the scar from across the room. I said, okay, what's the private? That's expensive. Okay, how much is expensive? It's a lot, because we go and we rebuild the tissue from the inside. It'll be 25 to 30 stitches. I'm like, okay. And he goes, well, it guarantees if there's a scar removal surgery if it's still visible after 6 years, but it's really expensive. How much is it? It's about $250. Well, get back in there and start doing the surgery, for God's sake.
Take my money. Right? Take my money. Like, at that point, take the money.
Yeah. I broke my ankle. It cost me $10 because I didn't want to buy the stupid blue boot from the hospital. I wanted to get it from a local. I feel, it's blessed and bad that I just can't relate to the U.S. healthcare system anymore.
Congratulations.
When I retire, it would be cheaper for me if I lived in the States to fly to Korea, get treated, and then return to my home country.
Yeah, that's what my mother-in-law's been doing.
No, that is a huge industry in Korea now, is medical tourism.
Yeah, it was going to cost her like what, $15,000 or $20,000 to get some teeth done. She can get it done with the plane ticket to Korea and back, and the week stay there for like $5,000.
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your minds. I had the all-on-4s, upper and lowers, $50,000.
Yep. I was just gonna say 50 grand.
Yep, easily.
Are you talking implants or what?
Yeah, I have 4 upper. I was in a really serious accident on the job, and 4 upper and 4 lower implants are screwed in dentures, and the uppers had to have bone grafts. Was not a happy surgery.
$50,000.
$50,000, and that doesn't include the extra $2,000 spent for a second set of temporaries because I didn't like the first set.
Yeah,
I
I just
believe
Dang.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's no
My-
joke
my-
for to get. Did you get the acrylic though, or did you get the new cubic stuff? Cubic
Oh,
zirconia
you're
stuff.
gonna love this.
Diamond teeth.
So when they first did this, it was in 2015. They were using a titanium bar, and I'm an RDA on top of everything else, and I was going, titanium and acrylic don't mix, but they
Right.
convinced me. And something happened, and I didn't go back to get out of temporaries and go with the permanents, which I'm glad, because guess what? They were falling apart. And this is a little embarrassing, but some things have happened along the way, and I still don't have my permanents. I'm the only case they've got that's gone on this long. But the
Wow.
materials, it's in my benefit. The materials over the years have improved
Yeah.
tremendously. But I'm about ready to finally go back and get this case finished off.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The new ones are doing in it's a zirconia or whatever, so it's on along the lines of and strength of the same thing as a cubic zirconia, but obviously it's white and blah 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 with 6 teeth, but they're supposed to be like insanely stronger than the acrylics and everything else. So
Yeah, the teeth are
but
fine,
expensive.
but it's the
Mhm.
acrylic material that's improved over the years. And I did
Oh yeah.
have one set of permanents made, but they off-centered the center line. So they gave those to me as temporaries, and within a week,
Mhm.
both sides broke the acrylic.
That's crazy.
It is. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern because I'm going to go a different route. I don't want
Yeah.
the thin material. I'm used to bulkiness. And how does a set of temporaries last this long of the original material 9 years ago?
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound very temporary.
Yeah, you would think. So yeah, I'm taking this down a different road as far as
Well,
how it's going to get done.
depending on the dentist or oral surgeon, whatever you go to, some will automatically give you the temporaries, and then some will bypass the temporaries and just give you a regular set of dentures to start with. So it kind of depends on who you go with and how they do their procedure.
Well, I have to tell you that just get a gun and shoot me within 24 hours. It was unimaginable pain, and I had a lot of swelling. And when the swelling finally went down, it was big gap between the gums and the denture, the temporary. So that's why I had a second set made. And it's amazing that they've lasted this long. But yeah, I'm getting tired of the temporaries. I want my permanents.
Yeah, I don't blame you. See, acrylic. There we go.
Oh yeah, well then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I didn't go. I was originally going to do the 4-on-1, and basically what that is, so everybody else understands, is that 4-on-1s are basically it's a denture that you get, and then they kind of trim it down, so that the gums don't, a part of the denture doesn't go up over your normal gums, and then they can either screw or snap those onto 4 implants that are put in to hold it.
If I had just waited a little bit longer, I could have had the implants where you can snap them out for cleaning. Me, it's like 2
They
times
should be able
a
to
day
change that though.
with the water pick.
I would rather eat a bag of spiders than talk about dental work.
Yeah.
That's why I got these, Jeff. I was tired of it after so many years. I was
I need to
done.
get
I
my
was like,
teeth done, but everything's just so expensive around here.
It's
Everything.
crazy.
Dental in general is expensive.
But now everything is just more expensive in general. Like
yeah.
houses are more expensive, groceries are more expensive. I can't imagine what dental work is like.
Whiskey's more expensive. It's kind of depressing.
That is true. But if you're like Jeff, you get all the expensive whiskey anyway. So like,
No, just
yeah.
everything is expensive, so you don't know it's expensive until you go to the States and go, "What?" I'm glad I would be a dead alcoholic if I could get these bottles for $20 that I pay $100
Oh
for.
my lord, right?
And that's why I'm a Jack and Coke person, because Jack is cheap no matter what.
No, it's not.
It's not even cheap anymore.
Anymore.
A 700 milliliter bottle of Jack Daniels here is $55.
Yep.
Ouch.
It's
Right, and it's like you think I'm going to pay that for Jack Daniels? You're insane.
Is that the biggest one or the
It's just the normal
smaller
sized one.
The normal
It's the
size.
normal sized liter bottle.
Yeah, because you can get the bigger, the 1.5 or whatever now, I think is what it is. That's the one I get, and that one is you can get it at Sam's for $39. So it's not horribly bad, you know.
I don't know. We have a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue in the kitchen, an empty bottle, but that was Mr. Squid's drink in his heydays.
Yeah, that's $300 a bottle here.
It's like,
Why is
it's like $28 a shot.
Up there?
See if you can find Belgrove over there, Jeff.
It doesn't exist.
I've never
It
even
does
heard of that.
exist, just maybe not there.
Yeah, it doesn't exist here. You know, I mean, to begin with,
Jingleberry should be able to find Belgrove.
Belgrove, probably.
I mean, it's a
it has a
Tasmanian.
base alcohol tax of 160%.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the import tax plus all the taxes that get stuck onto it locally. So yeah, it's expensive.
Everything's expensive. Like this is even expensive, and this is just a
seltzer.
So yeah, seltzer. My English. I'll figure out this English thing sometime before I'm like 100.
Don't do that. Bad for you.
Speaking of expensive, I do need to get on with my day here. I'm going to go to Costco before everyone else goes to Costco.
They have Costco's in Korea.
Yeah, like a mile from my house.
Oh,
Question: compared to the Costco's in the United States, are they different on how they do business? Because I know when I went to China, it's all independently owned areas inside Costco.
Oh wow!
Or
interesting.
Sam's Club or Walmart.
Huh, interesting. No, it's just normal stuff here.
All right. Well, I do have to get going as well because I'm starting to feel my medication where I'm going to start.
Thanks for sticking around an extra hour and a half for just little old me.
Little old you. I've been wanting to stream with you. That was like one of my hey.
I'm here.
You're worth it, Jeff.
I'm here. You know,
definitely.
Milestone. You've lost your vice's virginity.
That's a thing now.
Wow.
New word.
I think Jeff is actually speechless for the first time ever.
Was it good for you, Jeff?
He doesn't kiss and tell.
Wow.
All right, y'all.
Well, it was nice meeting you all and great chatting.
Thanks,
Thanks
bye.
for having me, Squid. Appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Good night, Jeff. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys, for coming on. This week I should have a more regular streaming schedule because I'm feeling a whole lot better. Yep, final total is $400.
Nice.
I cannot be happier. It's actually $450 if you include what I'm donating. But that's beside the point. I appreciate everybody for hanging out for 3.5 hours. It was great to talk to y'all. Great to see some of your faces since I've talked to you guys before, but never actually spoke to you on a stream. It was so much fun. That was the biggest panel I've ever had. So thanks for bearing with me on
Oh my god, I love it.
What? Oh, please. I have a duck collection. Where did you get that?
Yeah, where did you get that?
I've been asked that duck.
You can find them online, but this one I actually got at a show, a trade show.
That's awesome. Bad Duck, thanks for coming on. John, as always, Mod King. Jess, thanks for hanging out. Jingleberry, it was great to meet you.
You too.
And Cynthia, as always, it was great to talk to you. Y'all have a great night. Thanks, chat, for being awesome as
You
usual.
also. Thanks for having us on.
No problem. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate
Let's do it again.
it. Oh, anytime.
Next week for Rosalind's Bell.
Yeah, next week for Rosalind's Bell party.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thanks for joining us. As always, you make the show.